Hello, this is the All Around Natural Beauty. 1 second while I get set up and get ready to go. There we go. All right. Hello, and thank y'all for being patient with me. Welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty channel, where I'm passionate about helping everybody get mentally free so we can mentally heal and live our best life and all that good stuff. So I'm just excited about everything that's been going forward. And if y'all can see that totally changed what we were going to talk about. I was going to talk about something different. However, I just, this whole thing with Shanquella Robinson just keeps weighing on my heart. So that's why I had to come out one more time so we can talk about this and get some more, I guess, more closure is what I feel like we're looking for as a group. So I just like to say thank y'all for coming in and hitting the like button on your way in here. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at today. I just really felt like, I don't know, I've just been still emotional about it. And I saw some more new videos and thank you. And it just feels like it's just still, we need more closure. It's just, I feel like that's where we're going at in this space. All right. Thank you. All right. Got Maggie, the substitute teacher here. Keep up the great work. I really super duper appreciate all the support that I've been getting here and how we're building this from the ground up and from everything from our new little nickname, the beauties. I'm just loving all of that stuff. I'm loving all the support and all of the love that we are putting together here and all of the love y'all been showing the new people that's come into the chat. It's just been a tremendous blessing for all around. So I'm just excited. I'm excited that things are moving and grooving along. And so for tonight's live, I want to start off by saying one of the things that we've been talking about on this show, at least I have, saying that we're not going to do moments of silence, no more moments of silence. That we're going to do moments of speaking the names of victims, speaking the names of abusers, so we're not keeping secrets. This is what it's about. This is how healing takes place because a lot of victims keep the secrets. They keep secrets, and most of us have been victims since we were children, especially we women. And so that's why I feel like this whole platform, everything that we're talking about, this new term that we're just really putting out there, this femicide, all that stuff. I want us to just dissect everything, like go to the definitions on things. We're going to break all this stuff down because we know that when we are, fed a story and they do this word salad and this manipulation, it totally changes how you feel about things. So we want to be careful that they're not like toying with us and being a puppet master here and we dancing around on strings that we're not even aware of that we've been being manipulated and stuff too. Because um, when I got online today, I, I usually look to see like what people are talking about, what's on the heart of the people. And like I said, this is new for me, and um, I didn't see too much happening about Shanquella, and people were talking or crying out about Dwayne Wade and the child, and crying out for the mother. And I wanted to talk about that too because I feel like all these little subjects are tying in together. Everything in life has meaning and purpose, and it's the reason why we're talking about this now when we all know somebody like Shanquella that something like this has happened to. The last live that I was on, there was somebody in the chat that I knew from 1985 and to know that there was a person in our lives during that time, a young woman who was found unalive, and we all knew it was potentially by the hands of a man. It was a femicide, but at the time we didn't know that term, and to know that it just went unsolved, right? And that most of us know somebody that this has kind of happened to, where a woman has been unalived and it's just been like an unsolved, and sometimes not even a mystery, it's just unsolved because most of the time, some of the times, people actually know who the perpetrator is, but because nothing's been happening to people, these men who have been abusing women, like this, they've just been getting off. So I think that is why people are still feeling emotional about this whole case, because we know that this happened back in October. Now we're going into the second month and people are still out here walking around like nothing happened with no, consequences. And then we're, fed some stories to kind of like maybe calm the crowd down. And then we still wondering if we got the proof or anything like that. And then, we're going back and forth with all these details and stuff. And I understand when someone transitions that there's a need for disclosure. Like, when a close person, passes away, the initial, you go through these stages of grieving, right? There's this, the 5 stages of grief. And you have to go through that. It's just part of life. You go through that, and then when in the beginning part of it, it still feels like it's not a real situation. There's a certain feeling. Sometimes it, may last for a few weeks where you're just grieving. You still feel this, the grief and the loss and the sadness is still happening, and then as time passed, we start to get stronger and heal, right? Because time heals all wounds, right? Time heals all wounds. So this is why I feel like, we still want to talk about it, because like I said, back in 1985, when this happened to a lady friend of ours who, was had been a victim of domestic violence. She was 15, right? And just to show how things change, like I told you, I'm 51, so I've been around a lot. Years ago, domestic violence wasn't like it was a big thing, but nobody said anything about it because nothing happened. Like, men have been allowed to domestic violence and beat up on the women, for forever, right? And nothing happened. So what happens is that victims just be quiet, like nobody says anything. We have the mothers supporting the sons who are violent towards the women and stuff like that. We have somebody, supporting your brother, or you're still interacting with your brother or your father who is has a history of domestic violence and stuff like that. So we keep silent, we keep silent, we keep the secret, so these abusers continue to abuse. Like, you'll notice that the abuser will have a history of abuse. Like, every person that they with, they end up getting abused, right? And then nothing happens. So, you know, I just want to feel like we want to continue this voice, because we're making big movements for women now that they even speaking the word femicide. Like, this stuff has been going on for years, and we're just now getting to a place where we can actually say the word and stuff. And I know I was guilty of not knowing really, what that meant and all that stuff, this femicide. And now that we're talking about it, then they go back and to try to gaslight us with, oh, that's not what that means, right? So that's why it's important that we identify these things so we can be aware and make sure that we're not being manipulated and all that stuff. So again, welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty channel. I want to take this moment to thank all of my new subscribers, and I want to read a few comments, and then to also, all right, here we go. People coming in here. Hey, M Mac. Yes, Daniel. Guilt, anger, bargaining, depression. Oh, I see what you. Yes, denial, guilt, anger, bargaining. Thank you so much. The grief. Thank you. Depression, working through, and acceptance. I appreciate that so much. Y'all listening. Y'all listening. I show thank you for that. Yes. So you have to go through those stages. Yeah. Yep. And can't skip through them. You have to go through them. Yes. So I feel like I'm still in the grief. Still in the grief. Like I said, I have a daughter, and like I said, I know people. Like again in 2010, another close person, my son's oldest son, daughter, 19 years old, was found unalived in Arizona, from coming from Los Angeles. And, again, like I had said before, they'll, these little rings of them disposing of women, they'll take the body and drop it off in different states. So, it's just so much work that, law enforcement is not going to investigate because they just, see it as just a woman, and then, they just accuse or automatically assume that, they're prostitutes, and like that makes a difference. It's still a person, right? And it just shows how undervalued women's lives are. Maybe we need to start a new group called Women's Lives Matter. So yes. Anyway, so I'm just so grateful that my voice is being heard. As a middle-aged adult with a lot of life history, I feel like it's important to, keep speaking out. All right, so let me take a little moment and shout out some new subscribers and read a couple of comments that I've been getting. I've been a lot of comments, a lot of positive comments, and a few complaints and stuff. Like I said, you can't please everybody. I know what I need to do. Did I make? Yes. All right. Okay. So yeah, you can't please everybody. And so I do want to take the time, but I want to acknowledge everybody because I do appreciate all of the comments, all of my new subscribers, even the ones, that have complaints like that. I could give some suggestions. I appreciate all of the comments, right? Because they're all valid and stuff like that. So let me go over here and pull them out. I just want to get this out too, so I can we can move on. Because move on with the long stroke here. Okay, we got hey Auntie Mo. I am a survivor of domestic violence. It is a very long process of healing and growing, learning, and setting new boundaries for yourself. Yes, thank you so much for that comment. That is so true. And statistics show that a woman will leave and return, 7 times before we finally get the strength to be able to effectively escape and, get out of there and be gone for good. It's a lot, when you get physically abused and emotionally abused, mentally abused. Those are the hard, especially mental abuse. Mental abuse is extremely hard to heal from because you can't see it, right? So if you get physical, you got the big black eye, people kind of know that, oh, okay, she get hands put on her, right? You can kind of tell the big lip, all that stuff. But if someone is abusing your self-esteem or abusing you financially, abusing you sexually, abusing you in ways that don't show up physically, those are the hardest ones to heal because a lot of times the victim is not even aware that they're being victimized. So thank you so much, Auntie Mo, for your comment. Yes. All right. Appreciate that. That's a great comment. Now I got to figure out where did that complaint come? I think it was on this one here. All right. Like I said, I appreciate all of the comments and complaints and oh yeah, here we go. All right. So I just want to share this real quick too, just so we can be clear on what we're doing here and what we're not doing. Because this here is the All Around Natural Beauty live. This is live. So we do the long stroke up in here. We take our time and lay a nice little foundation, warm up the scene and all that good stuff. So I had there was a comment here that said, let's see here. Heavens to Murgatroyd, when are you going to start talking about the subject? We are 20 minutes and 48 seconds in. Now, let's see here. This live went for 5 hours and 53 minutes. So at 20 minutes in, this person is already complaining, right? So what I would recommend for you, you might be interested in a VOD. Go to the channels that have the videos on demand. videos usually are like, 15, 20 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, and you can get right to the chase, right? Some people like a little foreplay, and that's what we do here on the live. We like to get it wet here. We don't like to just jump on in there and start doing the thing-a-lang here. Like to take our time, and as you can see, there's other people that really like to enjoy the time. So I would recommend for you to check out Avad on another channel, because right now we just doing live streaming, and I like to long stroke. And then we got other people that appreciate the long stroke here. But I just want to say that, okay, so then I put a comment on there that said, it's called long stroking, baby. That's how I like to get down, getting that good old foreplay. And then another person wasn't, appreciative to this, this 5 hour and 53-minute live. They said, glad you commented that. I'm 1 minute in and I'm going not sitting here no 20 minutes before she talks on the subject. Yep. So vaminos. Vaminos. Anyway, I just want to say that to those people that want to get right to the point. Yeah, go check out a VOD where you can eat a video on demand where you can see how long the video is. Y'all can see here that we don't get down like that. We like to take long. I like to take the time to get it wet, right? Then you can get it. So anyway, we got some folks up in here. Auntie Love say, learn to have patience. Yes, right? Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. Because patience is a virtue. And Max say, I love foreplay. It's mandatory. I heard that. Yes. You know what I mean? Yeah, people like that want to just kind of, no, you need to wet it. You can get it if you can wet it. Take the time, baby. We got all night. Queen BG says, greeting all around Natural Beauty RN. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Thank y'all for showing up and participating up here. Hello, beautiful queen. Hello. Uh-oh, got some more beauties up in here. Vaminos, yes. Gracias. We got our resident Spanish teacher, Luke Hazley, in the house. Our residential Spanish teacher right there. Thank you so much. As I did that. They should sit in on if the lead attorney's live. Yeah, I know, huh? That's where I got the long stroke from. He's my teacher. He taught me how to do the long stroke. And And I enjoy it. And I thank y'all for enjoying it too. That's why I'm sending them folks on other places like that, because that's how we like to get down over here. All right, Queen Bee says, I'm here for the long haul. Thank you so much. Me too, and I'm feeling real good about what we're building up here. I'm loving this healing. Healing takes time. I used to be a wound nurse, and I really enjoyed that, healing the wounds, right? You got to take the time. And mental wounds take that same time, right? But what happens is a lot of times we'll go rip the scab off and before it's done healing, and then open up again. So that's why it's important to heal first before you go dipping off into some other stuff, especially if you're just getting out of an abusive situation. You need to take at least 6 months to be alone, and celibate at least 6 months before you can be dipping and dabbing in other things. Okay, hey, Wanda Davis, when you went on lead attorney and explained to all watching that we were seeing blank going on right before our eyes, so shocking. Yes. That's really what motivated me to get up there to say something, because I was like, oh, they're trying to say that they did all this medical care and stuff, when most of the people who saw the video, their subconscious told them they saw something. And I just wanted to point it out, like, hey, look, you can see it right there. Look at the back. Oh, look at the neck. You can see it. Look at her body. We saw that. And then it supported the death certificate, the death report that said, after receiving this injury, the life expectancy is 15 minutes, right? So, yes. Wanda Davis, thank you for, thank you. All right, here. And hey, Alan. Hey, Natural Beauty. Hey, beautiful. All right, thank y'all for coming in and welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty channel. And thank y'all for supporting the long stroke, right? All right, I'm so grateful. And again, so like I said, I wasn't really even going, I didn't want to go here. I was trying to get off of it, but it just feels like it's just still happening. And, there's more grieving to be done. Sometimes, um, I remember like when my dad passed away. Okay, let me just say this too. Have y'all ever been over some back in my day, we used to have photo album books. Like now I guess you don't really have photo album books because everything's all digital. But back in the day, we had to have actual photo album book. And have you been over somebody's house where you just flipping through, looking at their photo album, and then you turn the page and you see somebody in a casket, like they took pictures, and there's, so I guess there's like a certain type people that take the pictures of the body in the casket, right? And I used to always think that was like so weird. Like who does that, right? But why when my daddy died, I took pictures, y'all. I took pictures. I took pictures. I took pictures. It was on my phone though. I took pictures, and I had to look at the pictures, for at least a month before I was able to stop, to accept the fact that my daddy was gone, like he wasn't here anymore. And but at that time I understood. But before then, I used to judge people that used to take the pictures, and I used to be really upset when I'm flipping. Oh, there's some pictures here. Then you flip and turn the page, and now you've been insulted with a picture of somebody in a casket. But yeah, so hey, welcome to the show, in Alan. Yeah, it's kind of I feel y'all on that. But yeah, I ended up being one of those people. And I remember we was at the wake, and my dad's brother and his wife were there. And I remember I was just there, and I looked at them and I turned. I was like, I'm sorry, y'all, but would you mind if I took a picture of my daddy? And I was so surprised. They was like, no, you do whatever you want. Like they supported me in that. And I felt bad to ask because I had judged the people that had done that in the past. And then here I was like, I didn't know that I was gonna feel like I needed to do that. Like I felt like I needed, like I couldn't just leave out there knowing that that was gonna be the last time that I would see my dad. But it's been years since I've looked at the pictures. They're in my cloud. But anyway, just to say that I get, about the grief part. And that's why we're here, today. So talking about that. Okay. Luke Casey says, but do you show the pics to others? No, I don't. Yeah, it was just for me. It was just for me. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I shouldn't feel bad about that. Yeah, I never showed it to anybody. But it could be because I didn't have a photo album book. Like I said, those things are a thing of the past. But I don't think I would have put it in there though. I don't. It was just for me. It was for my own personal benefit. Thank you, Luke Hazley. M Max said, OMG, yes, I remember going on my first date with a girl after dinner and went back to her place, and she showed me a picture of her deceased ex. What? Oh no, ex-boyfriend in a casket. Ew. Okay, that should have been the last date too. Hopefully, that would have been my first and last date, because that would have been yeah. Especially, who knows? Maybe she had something to do with him being in the casket. Yeah, that's kind of Luke Hazley says, see, that is the difference. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, here go a new name, Ladybug Lisa. I understand why people do that. Yeah, I did too after that happened. I totally understood it. It made real sense to me. But I couldn't do it. I had to just and like I said, for like a whole maybe 1 month to 6 weeks, at night I couldn't go to sleep without just looking at it. I would look at it, I'd blow the picture up to make sure, um yeah. But there's just certain parts of like the grieving process, and some people spend more time in different stages of it than others. So don't beat yourself up. So sip of water, please. Excuse me, y'all. All right. Thank you so much. All right. M Max says, yes, it was. I didn't I didn't know what she had planned for me. Exactly. Okay. I felt that same way. I was like, I would have felt like that was a red flag. Y'all see that? That was so smart of you, M Mac. Like we kind of laughing at it now, but you know what I mean? Like that those are your red flags right there. People ignore that kind of stuff and just be thinking like, oh, that's weird. Think more than that. You know what I mean? Don't even get to be in that because, you know, it's people out there, it's people out there that's done this stuff before. There's still a ton of unsolved unalivings out there, right? And you only have to be unalived once so yeah. uh, be aware of those. That was a good old yellow flag for real, that you was able to just know that was a one date and keep it moving. It says Ladybug Lee says take the pics. I mean, yeah. Alex, okay. What did we miss? Yeah, we've been talking for 26 minutes, so we just warming up here. We still doing the foreplay here. All right, let's see here. Daryl Powers, another one. Rest in peace, Shanquella. Yes, yes, yes. We going through the grieving process and stuff like that too. A lot of times we doing this. We going through. Yes. Rest in peace, Tanquil. Welcome all the new people, and y'all, thank you so much for hitting that like button on your way in here. Robin's Nest, that lipstick is fire on you. Ooh, thank you very much. This is MAC, a MAC. I forgot the color, but yes, MAC lipstick. Thank you so much. And y'all can't smell me, but it's Versace. Yes, thank you so much, Robin Ness. I appreciate that. All right. I'll say Branson DeWitt, grief, overload, and triggering with all these unalivings. Yes, and that's exactly true. That's exactly true. And this whole femicide thing is just really it's alarming. It's alarming, um, especially when like we didn't have all this internet stuff, so many years ago. So by having access to this instant information, we know about a lot of stuff. We used to have to wait for the news and to report and stuff like that. Now we getting this instant news and we are aware of so much. So I don't know if it's that things are getting worse or it's that now it's being exposed. Luke Hasley says post-mortem photographs are momentums mori. The photographing of a deceased person was a common practice in the 19th century and early 20th century. All right, we got some educations up in here. They were considered a keepsake to remember the dead. Thank you so much. Okay, I don't feel bad about, I still got that, like I said, still got on my cloud and every, maybe anniversary. So it's been, let's see, I guess it's going on, this is the 9th year that my daddy passed. And the touching thing about that is that my daddy, like I said, I had moved to Alabama and he was still in California and he had been having a bunch of um, CVA strokes. So again, y'all, especially y'all African American men, y'all need to be up on this with the blood pressure and stuff like that. My daddy passed away at 64, and that is young. That's still young. And he had a bunch of strokes, and he came out here. I told my dad, don't come out here. You can't be on no plane traveling like that after having these multiple strokes. And you on this Coumadin, all this good stuff. Anyway, he didn't listen. He came, and I'm glad he didn't listen. He came out here, and he had a major stroke. And I was working in the critical care at the time, and we get 2 patients in there. So I was at work, and I had one patient, and we were kind of slow. And I was going to volunteer to be the one to go home because I had I had this morbidly obese patient. This guy was 743 pounds on a ventilator, right? 743 pounds. He on the ventilator. His potassium is sky high, right? Potassium, very serious electrolyte. It controls the heart, right? So the The only remedy for the high potassium is to give the person this medication called Kxalate, and you got to poop it out. You got to poop it out. So you have to give the person medicine to make them have an explosive, massive bowel movement, right? And to bring that potassium down. It's very important that they got to bring the potassium down, right? So a lot of times when these things happen, like I said, y'all, this nursing stuff, it still work, right? So there's some people that, like I said, the dude was 743 pounds. So imagine, and he on the ventilator, right? Imagine having to change the diaper of an explosive poop on a 743-pound individual, right? So that's why I was volunteering to be the one to check out because, I didn't want, they had, the day shift had gave him the medicine. So they gave it to him at the end of their shift so he could have his explosive poop on my shift. That's called passing the buck in nursing, right? Y'all know y'all wrong for saving that medicine to the last. So the next shift will be the one to have to change the poopy diaper. Anyway, so I didn't want to have to change the poopy diaper on 743 pounds. So I was getting ready to volunteer to be the one to go. When I get the phone call from my daughter saying that granddaddy was sick and it's at my hospital. And so I was getting ready to get the call because he was going to be my patient because I had the empty bed. And anyway, so I go down there and see this horrible situation with my dad having a stroke. Long story short, he went. And so that's why I'm saying about keeping up with your blood pressure and your cardiovascular system. And you can do a lot of good stuff like with this here Super Beats. It's excellent for cardiovascular system and blood pressure, stuff like that. Drink a little something of this, keep your blood pressure up. And if you are on blood pressure medications, make sure you're keeping on those. And especially for you men, don't be getting off of it because you're trying to do the bang, bang boogie. Because the medicine be making y'all not be able to do the bang bang boogie, and sometimes y'all need to do the bang bang boogie. Y'all make it more important than your life or whatever. So anyway, long story short, all that good stuff. And let me get back over here. I got some comments that's just moving up here. Branson DeWitt said yes. And hey, Mona D. Hello, everyone. All right. Hey, beautiful. All right. Welcome to my beauties here. Welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty channel. And Auntie Mo says, no one's talking about the organ harvesting and different things that are happening around the world. Okay. Probably two more with this connecting with the femicide. All right. Because I was hearing about that too. That some, women found like that too. So yeah, that's why it's good that we're keeping all these things, these topics out there, all these topics out there. And thank you for remembering that too, Auntie Mo. Hey, Irene Williams. Yes, they even dressed them up, etc., just for the photo, and had all of the alive family members around the deceased. Okay, all right, yeah, yeah. Because I had about 7 shots. I was taking pics. I was taking pics of my daddy. And I could, I couldn't even sleep throughout the night. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I just still had to, I cried so hard for my daddy. Yeah. Yeah. But the amazing thing is that there's a whole different type of love that you feel for the individual, especially if it's a parent after they've gone, after they've gone too. So, yes. Thank you, Irene, for saying that. Appreciate it. Auntie Moore said, in Mexico, some people keep their dead family members at home and have memorials and family gathering for weeks before they have burials and stuff. Okay. Yeah. Because I think even in the scriptures say, you grieve for so long and then move on. Anyway, I won't even go there with that. But okay, yeah. So we have our different traditions and things like that. Very nice. Irene Williams says, my dad had a mass heart attack 10 years ago. My mom was 2 years ago. Oh, I'm so sorry. Both your parents. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that with us. And roses, roses for our beautiful Irene. All right. And Alan said, that's exactly right. All right. My goodness. Ladybug Lisa says, at Irene, I'm sorry. Yes. Deep condolences to you. Um, oh, I'm so sorry for your loss of both of your parents. Yes. 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 Thank y'all so much for showing support. Thank y'all so much. Queen BG at Luke Hazley, thank you. Exactly. Keepsake indeed. Yes. Yes. Okay. See, that's why I'm saying we gotta keep talking because a lot of times people be keeping these, things to themselves and stuff like that. And if we realize we start talking, we are more alike. We have more in common. We community here. Wanda Davis says, I'm so glad you are here being the all around natural beauty RN. Thank you. I sure appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this love and support y'all giving me, on the real, on the real, on the real. I really do. I really do. Okay, yes. All right, let me catch up here. Thank you. That's from Irene Williams. Thanking everybody. And Max said, speaking on the organ harvesting, it makes me wonder what Mexico would have done with Shanquella's body had her father hadn't found her. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to say this about the harvest. I mean, the harvest. I mean, the harvest. The harvest, harvesting the organs and stuff like that. Because I know a lot of people be worried to check the box on their driver's license, thinking that, they're going to just let you go at the hospital if you check the box. Honestly, the bodies that are harvested, those are the brain dead individuals. Those and that's the only way. And so we keep the bodies around to harvest the organs. When we take them to surgery to get the organs harvest, the body has to still be, the heartbeat pumping and all that stuff. So they're putting on ventilators. We are titrating the drugs to keep the all the blood chemistry and stuff good, so the kidneys don't go bad. So as far as harvesting, worrying about them letting you go to get your organs, no. But yeah, I see what you're saying. If they was going to try to utilize some stuff, tissues or something like that. Yeah, but what I wanted to say is that that has to be taken out while you're still living. Like you can't go get a kidney out of a deceased body and bring it back. Bring it back. So, but you can do things like corneas. You can get the eyes and stuff like that on the person deceased. But if they're going to harvest organs, we do a lot to keep the body, in good condition. Making sure we checking those blood gases, all that stuff, because you don't want the organs and stuff to die. So they could be transplanted. Yep. Hey, Ty Libra. All right. I love Libras. I love Libras. Yes, yes, yes. Ty Libra says, thank you for tuning into the All Around Natural Beauty RN Live. Please hit the like button and subscribe and share. Yep. Thank y'all for hitting that like button too. I see the likes going up. Thank you, Ty Libra, for coming in here and doing the thing here with them roses. Yes, Ladybug Lisa. We love the roses. Welcome, beauties. Welcome, beauties. All right. Yep. Thank y'all so much for. Okay, here's a new name. Daima Abdul. Abdul says, "Peace, beautiful queen. So happy. So I'm so happy to find your channel. Adam in Arlington, LA. Keep up the good work. Battered women and men syndrome is real. Gratitude for you. Thank you so much. All right, Adams in Arlington. Okay, yep. I remember Arlington back in the day. You're going up there and used to have that little dip in there before. Used to feel like a roller coaster, but it took them years before they kind of filled it in a little bit. But I remember when we was a kid, we used to we used to make mama drive up and down the street so we can go on the on Arlington. Yep, I know you know what I'm talking about too. And thank you so much too, because like I've said, this channel ain't about all women are good and all women are victims, because there are some men out there that are, women are abusive too. And so that's why we have to be aware to know the red flags, because I used to see them too coming in there, some women abusive and men just taking it, and yes, so it is real. And I, would wonder like, we wonder like, why would you, stick around to that? But that syndrome, exactly. And I thank y'all for, allowing me the space to, tie all these things in together. And, that's how we do it. I talk about all these things too. All these things, but it's very important. Queen BG says at Irene Williams, praying for you and your family. All right, yes, love and prayers and support. That's how we get it done. That's how we heal. Branson DeWitt said, lost my boys and we donated our youngest organs so they couldn't take her as she had no oxygen. Okay, yeah. Yeah, see, thank you for vouching for that. Yep. And that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. Realize y'all, you do a lot when you donate like that. It helps a lot of people, a lot of people. All right. Yep. And my condolences to for your loss. Your loss. And that's really hard to lose a child. To lose your child, to lose a child. That's one of the hardest things. One of the hardest things too. Yep. My condolences. Talib said, enjoying the show. Like, subscribe, stay home, and share. All right. Thank you so much. All right, M Mac. Okay. All right. Hey y'all, I fell asleep, but wide awake now. Okay, yeah, we just getting up here. We ain't been in an hour yet. 42 minutes, right? Yeah, we was talking about the people that be wanting to get down in 20 minutes. We like we and MX said we like the foreplay up in here. We like to, we like to we like to get it wet. All right, here Luke Casey says that Ty Libra, giving some love there. Thank you. All right. Yes, the dip going down Arlington. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that kept that like that for years, right? I want to say, yeah, it was like at least in the 90s, maybe early 2000 before they kind of, not really even leveled it out. But I mean, it used to be a serious dip. It felt like a roller coaster. You used to get your stomach drop on it. Uh-huh. Talib said, welcome. All right. Yes, welcome. Thank y'all, all the new subscribers. Yeah, hit that subscribe button. Thank y'all so much. Irene Williams says the young man found murdered in high school gym. His parents had the cemetery bring him up to have a new autopsy done. They were shocked to find all of his organs gone. Wow. Wow. I wondered what that was about. Yeah. I had heard some more things like that too. They can do tissue donations and stuff like that. Maybe not a complete organ transfer, but they can do things with those with the parts. So, um because I do know that they will use everything too. I had an opportunity when I worked in surgery. Because when they take everything out, like, they leave, but it looks like a onesie. With all of the bones and all of the things out, what's left. I had never seen in a harvested body before, but it looks like a onesie. So they keep the to stuff it. So look presentable for the funeral. But that was, I had to go in a onesie. Yeah. So with the but they take everything. They could use everything. Everything is very valuable. Ty Lieber said, learn Spanish, subscribe to Luke Hazley. Yes, like I said, that's our resident Spanish teacher right there. Irene Williams says, being he was deceased makes me wonder now. Thank you. Okay, look at here, Money Bass. Congrats on the success of your channel and sharing your perspective as a 30-year professional in the medical field. Thank you, Money Bass. Yep. Thank you so much for all of your support and encouragement. Give me the hot seat. Anyway, I never asked for it. Anyway, Ty Lieber say at Luke Hazley, hey babes. All right. Yes. All right. Uh-huh. Here we go. Luke Casey says at Branson DeWitt, my deepest condolence for your loss of your loved ones. Yes, thank you, thank you. All right, appreciate y'all. And thank you too for your comments. New here. Yes, yes, yes. Double dip roller coaster. My homie from LA, Queen BG says, at Bronson DeWitt, praying for you and your family. Yes, we sending up the prayers up here. We sending them up. I'm loving this community that we are building here, y'all. Like I said, it's all about healing. And there's so many different layers of healing. And the most important thing is to just wait for the scab to fall off on its own. Don't go picking it at it, you know, and getting in stuff before you're done healing. It's morbid, but life is something. ah, Tyler said yes. The case about the student with missing organs was crazy. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna do some looking off into that too, so we can shed some light. Because again, a lot of times, if I don't know all of the things. This is maybe the things that they do when we're harvesting organs, in the hospital set and all that stuff. But you know, if who knows? They could be doing something with that, with these parts and stuff like that. You know. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow, y'all. We be going down some rabbit holes up in here. Y'all need to stop. Stop it, stop it. Auntie Mo said, I seen a video with some scientists trying to convince black females to sell them their DNA. There is proof that there is something in melanated woman's blood. Wow. Y'all. Ooh. Smash the like and subscribe and share. Okay, all right. So now I done got down to that. So we're gonna get ready to get started with our first video. And I'm just gonna set this scene a little bit here. The first video is gonna be I put it in the description. Let me see what this thing says. I come across this video and this is says what everyone missed in the Shanquella Robinson attack video. And like this one here, somebody else is planning to be. I know last night y'all was like wanting to see this video again. So we're gonna give a disclaimer. It's not gonna be all of the video, but he shows some clips of it. Um, the attack scene. So for anybody who wants to check out now, um, go ahead and you know y'all come back later at a later time if you like to. All right, Ty Lieber said the disclaimer. Here we go. Copyright disclaimer under the section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances is made for fair use for the purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Thank you, Ty Lieber, for keeping us legit here. Thank you so much. All right, Auntie Mo said, can you post your email? I can share some videos to you. I won't spam you. Okay, no problem. All right. All around natural beauty at gmail.com. All righty. All right. There we go. Thank you for asking. Yes. All right. Yes. I love that. Thank you so much. All right. So let me get ready to cue the video. Uh-oh. Cue the video. Oh, okay. Here we go. Google Docs. Thank you. All right, so here we go. Is this the one? I think this is it. Let me just make sure this is it here. Statement premature. Yeah, this is it. Wait a minute. This ain't it. This is gonna be the second one. Hold up, y'all. Hold up, hold up, hold up. That's my email right there for anybody else who is interested in emailing the all around natural beauty right there. All right, let me see. I got my little document sheet here. Is this it? Oops. Oh no. All right. Okay, here. let me start over here. Let me clear off some of this stuff here. There's too many boxes open. Thank you, Ty Lever. I really appreciate that. Okay, so let me get some of this, take some of these things down. Hey, we got us a new sub here. The kid 574 new sub. Thank you for your subscription there, y'all. Welcome the kid to the all around natural beauty channel here. But I figure out where my notes is at. Okay, here we go, right here. I found it. All right, then. So this one's gonna be our first video. And this one is what everyone missed in the Shanquella Robinson attack video. And it's really short. It's only like 5 minutes. So bear with me while I share this screen. And this is our first video, y'all, of the night. And it's by Matter of Opinion, okay? And how that sound, y'all?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Matter of Opinion, and I'm your boy Walls P. Now, here on Matter of Opinion, no matter what, we like the truth to come out. We like to speak the truth. That's what we do here, whether it's good or bad. And in this situation, I want to talk about Shanquella Robinson, who, for most of you know, we've been covering Shanquella Robinson's tragic story for a couple of days now. And I'd like to welcome the new subscribers and the subscribers that have been here and supporting Matter of Opinion.
You smart, you loyal. I appreciate that.
It's because of you guys we do what we do here, and we like to present you guys with as much information as possible. And sometimes we do it in debate form, or we give our opinion based off the facts or the information provided.
All right.
Now, the topic that I want to cover with Shanquella Robinson is the attack video. Now, the last video that we did, there was a lot of conversation about the attack itself. Because when you look at a lot of the news outlets, including ours, which I already said I fumbled the bag on said topic, a lot of the news outlets and even Shanquella Robinson's parents said that it was a fight.
They was over there fighting her. The girls was jumping on her. When we asked them about the fighting, it went from alcohol to they wasn't fighting her. Nobody was fighting her. But now we got a video that surfaced showing that they was fighting and showing that he's in the room.
You received phone calls from other people saying that the girls that were on this trip were fighting. Do you know why this argument and this fight broke out?
I do not know, and I don't understand why, because the girl that was attacking her, it was her birthday. They celebrating her birthday. That had to be Saturday morning that they was in there fighting her.
Now, clearly in my mind, it was an attack. Everything about what happened screams an attack. But I went back and looked at the video, and there was something that I noticed. And since I noticed it, I wanted to present it to you guys. Now, with this presentation, this has nothing to do with giving these ladies a pass, giving the friends a pass, because at the end of the day, what they did was egregious. What they did was heinous.
Yeah.
They literally beat this woman to death, no matter how you slice it.
Yes.
And they need to suffer for what they did. So let me introduce to you guys what I noticed when I went back and looked at this video. So here I have it queued up. If you want to see the full video, click on our locals. The link is in the description so you can access our locals.
Okay.
But here you see them squared up. Now, when I Scroll in slow time, like slow the video down. You can see she's ready to attack.
Y'all see? Y'all see that? Look at that. Remember how we talked about the backs and
And
stuff?
Shanquella raised her hands up to defend herself, right? So now that comes off as a fight is about to commence.
Mm.
While they're in a tussle, Shanquella cocks back right there, you see, and throws a punch and actually land and connects. Now, one could ask, why are you bringing this up?
Yeah.
The reason why I'm bringing it up is because, yes, the way everything started off, it comes off as this was a fight. But no matter how you slice it, the minute this woman said she didn't want to fight,
Yeah.
it became an attack. No matter how you slice it, there's no excuse, there's no other way of looking at it. This woman was attacked. But can I understand where some people will say, hey, this was a fight because of the way it started off? I can take that to consideration. I can understand the direction that they're coming from. But at the end of the day, this woman was beaten to death by the people that she trusted.
Mm.
These were her friends. They went out on vacation to have the best time of their life. And the end result, no matter what kind of disagreement you had, it went to the point of fisticuffs, to the point that you basically beat this woman to death. So I stand firm by the corrections that I made in the last video, saying that this was an attack and I fumbled the bag on
Okay.
calling it a fight. But this is a message to anybody that speaks about Shanquella Robinson's situation. Stop calling it a fight when in actuality it was an attack, it was an assault, it was a murder.
Yes.
With that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I would love to hear your take on this matter. If this is your first,
I agree. You know, I had copy pasted somebody's title that had fight in it, and someone made a comment, you know, to please change that to attack, and I immediately did that because I understood. I was like, oh yeah, see, it's the way they change up the words and stuff like that too. So it just sounds, you know. So the respectful thing to do is to call it what it was an attack. An attack. Yes, yes, yes. And thank y'all so much. So what do y'all think? I think that was a really good observation. That matter of opinion actually, because I didn't see that part. You know that breaking it down slow like that, which is irrelevant because it doesn't make a difference. Anybody who's being attacked is going to try to do something, you know. But yeah. So I really appreciate him bringing that out, and that's why I wanted to start it off with that video so we can, you know, get off into how it made us feel with that. Thank you so much for those roses, Ty. I really appreciate you for um, doing all so much. Um, Jamel Swine, thank you, new person here. We all know she was not a fighter. Yeah, she was a very sweet person from what we can all see. I've only heard positive things about her. She was very generous, very, you know, compassionate. She was a sweet person. Like, you know, you can tell she had a sweetheart, very generous, very giving, and a happy spirit. She looked to be very optimistic. Exactly. 100% it was an attack. Thank you, Ty Lieber. Hey, the red lipstick hustler. Hello, welcome back. All right. Auntie Mo says, they said that Alisa, I can't pronounce her name, I'm so sorry, was the one that videotaped. They showed the color of the nails to prove that she was in the room as well. Okay, so I'm gonna blow your mind with the next video because someone showed that um okay, yeah, I think that's what you're saying. Yeah. We were thinking it was winter. But yeah, okay, you're right. Yeah. That's right. All right. Yes, I get the names mixed up, but yes, Auntie Mo, I think you are right. I'm thinking the same thing. Yes, that the nail color, because one had the French nail tips and one had like you know, the white or mauve type color nails. Yeah. Red lipstick. All right, that's right. We do the roses here. Roses for the beauties. Welcome, beauties and beautifuls. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the All Around Natural Beauty channel. All right, Jamel Swine says that's how they get down. So, what, scrapping? Ty Lieber says, right, you definitely updated your banner. Uh-huh. All right, Raquel Jackson says, hello, everyone, everybody. All right, welcome. New name there. Queen BG says, attack from frenemies. Yes. Yes. And Max says, I believe that the only punch she threw, I believe that's the only punch she threw. I agree because we saw, even the little extra bit there, you know, and that was the reflex punch, because she went at her so viciously. You can tell instantly when someone is stronger than you. Yeah. Ty Lever is welcoming our new people. I hope y'all are hitting that like and subscribe button on your way in here. Let's see if everybody doing it. What am I saying? Yeah. Well, it's 49 likes and it's 80 people. That's kind of like maybe what, 60%? Yeah, so please do better, y'all. Thank you. Okay, so people stop doing drugs, people. Okay. See, Miss Tina 0918 says she was naked. It was definitely an attack. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. No one's, yes, exactly. Thank you so much. We have to keep remembering that. Yes. That was part of the, initial attack was to get the person naked who is in a frame of mind of defending yourself naked. You're already, yeah. Thank you so much. Gratitude. Madeline, bonjour, natural beauty and beauties. Yes, bonjour. All right, or bonsoir, right? Or bon nuit. All right, thank you so much, Madeline. No, merci beaucoup, Madeline. Merci. Welcome at Raquel. All right, so here we go. Here. Hello, everyone. Thank y'all for. Yep, we do. We give the roses over here. We give the roses over here. So I was really, I was impressed with his take on the video. I thought that was very observant to kind of give a little understanding for the people that were calling it a fight and to be able to justify why we're telling you not to call it a fight, call it an attack, what it is. And that's right there. And I appreciate everybody bringing up all these points and all this stuff. This is perfect, perfect, perfect. Right. She was awakened, naked, and not ready. Exactly. So it was more like an ambush attack. Exactly. Exactly true. Yeah. And like I said, we all know people that or the reason why I feel like this is really big for me too is because I feel like I'm kind of a happy-go-lucky person. I consider myself as generous and stuff like that. So you want to think like, how could you make sure that you don't get played like this or taken advantage of, because people always take like generous people or kind people for marks, like try to exploit you and take advantage of you. Oh, thank you for the roses in Allen. All right, participating. Thank you. I love the yellow nails that's on your color. Thank you so much. All right, yeah. Whenever I go to get my nails, I always I don't know. I let the color call me. I don't know. In my mind, it'll be something on there, and it'll be the one that say "pick me." And this time it was these yellow nails. I don't think I've ever done the yellow before, but thank you so much. It called me. Let's get natural beauty in the algorithm. Thumbs up. Yes, I can see we getting warmed up here. We getting warmed up, and that's why I like to go and do the long stroke, because you don't start getting warmed up. You don't start getting juicy until hour two. So we like to have a lot of fun up in here. We cry, we laugh, we do all that good stuff up in here. So that's how we do. All right, super true. Time with Hetty. All right. Hey, time with Hetty. Madeline says, I read the Essence report where her sister stated Shanquella was 5'1" and 100 pounds. I agree with Ambush. Thank you. And yeah, yeah, that's horrible. Like I was saying, I have a little petite daughter. She's 24. You know, she's like 4'11" and 95 pounds. She's a little bitty tiny something. And I would hate when bigger girls or something would try to bully or something like that. And yeah, that's horrible. That is horrible. Oof, to know that. And Alice says, I do that too. I just choose whatever color feels right. Yeah. I like to go by feelings and stuff too. Yeah. And most of the time it works. Said you never know who really like your life is real. Yeah. That's why it's super important to, like I said, stop, look, listen, and feel. Feel the vibes up in there. Feel the vibes in the room. Check out people's mannerism. Learn how to spot a fake smile. You know what I mean? People get that, yeah, the gas smile, that, think about it. You got to feel it. Stop, look, listen, and feel. Feel for the tension and stuff like that, and check like I said, learn how to spot a fake smile. Learn how to spot that stuff. Listen. And Ty Lieber says at Jamel, very true. That's very true. Yeah, so I'm just excited to be building this community here, and that everybody is here focused on healing and love, and getting through the grief and stuff like that by highlighting our victims and speaking the names out loud, and also exposing these abusers and stuff like that. Because I was saying, like, back in the day, we were groomed and raised to hold the secrets, like, right? If you was getting abused and stuff like that, like I was saying, back in the day, there was lots of parents that beat the hell out of their kids and stuff, and drew blood and all that stuff. It was bad back in the days, right? And nobody did anything because, like I said, you'd be like, that's her kids. If she wanted to get down like that, people didn't say anything. People didn't get involved. And see, even still now, a lot of people don't get involved in domestic stuff. People stop trying to rescue women, especially when they would go back, right? So let's just say you rescue somebody, from getting knocked around, and then all of a sudden they invite the monster there. You try, that's why I was saying before, you can't rescue somebody who don't think they need rescuing, right? Because they're gonna invite the monster back, or leave the situation that you brought them in to safety to return back. So there's a lot of things that need to be ironed out before you even get involved with trying to help somebody. A Time with Hetty says, the moment you are shocked, you can easily get confused. Yeah. Jamil says, too many hits to the head. That's what it was. Yes. And we saw that too. Like, after she threw the first little punch there, I was grateful that he did slow it down. She was all over her, and she was caught off balance. And I want to say, I should have finished that. There's going to be more of the video with, you can see her feet got kind of tangled up, and then when she body slammed her, she kind of tossed her, snapped her neck with the body slam, and saw like it was over from that. That was that was it. That was the moment. Yeah. And she continued to attack her head and neck after damage was done. Linda Gamble says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, beauties. All right. Appreciate my beauties for coming in here. All right. Ty Lieber says, yes, we were told to hush. Yeah. And the other thing too, they said, don't let my business leave out this house, right? So you wasn't running your mouth. So that means that children were getting abused, keeping their mouths shut, and not just physically abused. Children were getting, sexually abused and all that stuff, and keeping your mouth shut. Even if you did say something, people was holding the secrets of the molesters, and a lot, and then that made the victim keep the secret even more because it's like, oh God, I said something and nobody did anything, so it must be my fault, must be the person, is, and everybody is still talking to him and stuff. So it makes the victim even draw up more and not say anything because it's like, well, nothing happened to him. Like he's gonna be able to get away with it. So when we do that, and you know that your son or your grandson or your nephew, your brother is committing these type of acts, and you don't say anything about it, the blood of the victims behind that person is all on your hands too. Because when we stay silent and keep secrets for these abusers, we are saying that the abuse is okay. We are, allowing it to continue. And, anybody that gets abused after you, and that's how the cycle continues. So no more moments of silence, no more keeping secrets because they don't want to embarrass the family to know that, Uncle Perry is molesting kids. You know what I mean? So no more secrets. We calling them out. Victims standing up, uniting with a voice so we can learn how to become survivors, because you can't help the fact that you were a victim. Somebody victimized you, you were a victim. You can't help that. But as long as you woke up and you still here, that means that you are a survivor. And that's why you have to heal so you can become a survivor. And there's power in that because you overcame, you still here. So you have a testimony and there's power in that. And there's always a positive something for every negative thing that happened to you. You just have to learn how to turn it around to look at it so you can get the positive reward for getting through what the universe put you through. Everything in life is a lesson. And Jamel says, I miss the 90s. We don't play that. I know, huh? That's true. Things have changed a lot. So I'm just grateful because I really feel like we Gen X is the ones, right? We the ones because we had to take all that stuff, right? We had to take all that stuff, and then some of us was too easy on the children and didn't know how to bring the balance in with how to raise kids. Because if our parents was beating the hell out of us, you can best believe that their parents, our grandparents was beating the hell out of our parents. With each generation, things get a little bit better. So yes. Because the things that we went through today would be considered straight up abuse. Straight up abuse. You tell a kid to go pick a switch. Go out there and pick me a switch. Ain't that some stuff, man? Because, go out there and pick me a switch. Really? All right. See how that fly today. These kids know they got rights. They'll be calling the cops on you. Mama told me to go out there and pick a switch, Yep. So, but anyway, that's what we had to go through. Diama Abdul says, yes, you are right. It's very sensitive. Touch and go. Happy I never went back. Yeah. All right. Welcome, welcome. Yep, that's right. Life is real. True, true. Exactly. This happened a lot in the church. Yes. Abusers were protected. Exactly. Exactly. And that's why, when people start all this talk about go to church and all this stuff and all this stuff, a lot of the wickedness goes on it starts off in the church, and it be starting right off in the pulpit, right off there, because how many priests and pastors and all this stuff do we have to see get exposed about molesting children and having sex with most of the congregation and all that? So we hear about this stuff all the time, and it be multiple people. So that let us know that people keeping secrets up in there. And then they still be letting the ministers and preachers and bishops and all that stuff still get on that podium and sit there and people supporting them and don't say nothing about it. And then what does that do for the victims? These poor victims. And we already know what most of the boys who end up getting molested turn into. We go back off into this whole little, anyway, more rabbit holes. Y'all, we're going to have to approach and touch on these subjects and stuff too. Y'all, we can't, we getting there. We working up to it, right? Taking baby steps. But yes, thank you for that. Yes, yes. Tons of abuse in the church. Tons of abuse in the church. And that's why sometimes, I get upset when people start, because this here is a form of slavery too. These churches and religions just be ways to control you, right? And manipulate you into doing things like that, right? Teaching you to let all this, turn the other cheek and all this stuff, and forgiving this stuff because somebody is claiming to be the man of God and all that stuff. Anyway, Demaya says, prayers for this beautiful angel. Secrets are not good. We have to break the generational curses. Yes. Yes, we do. And it starts by speaking life by speaking. Thank you so much. I thank y'all so much for, your comments and, how y'all feeling and stuff, speaking your hearts and stuff like that. Because this is so true. We've got to break the generational curses. And we are by speaking, by, changing, not doing, not, staying victims by continuing to abuse. You know what I mean? Just because you was abused don't give you the right to continue to abuse. Everybody, life will give you an excuse for everything. It'll give you an excuse for everything, but you don't use the excuse. You know what I mean? It's your choice to use the excuse or not. All right. The red lipstick hustler Lily says, also, if you did tell you were being abused, they would accuse you of lying, and then you're the bad person. That is so true. That is so true. And see, this here is good. So this is us being able to get this off and stuff like that, because or the abuse could even get worse, especially when nobody stood up for you. When nobody stood up for you, So am I gonna tell again? Look what happened, after I said this, So yeah. Talib said, yes, in my day, everything was swept under the rug. I know all about getting the switch. Yes, yes, yes. Auntie Mo said, we have to break the generational curses and learn to change what our parents did to use. To us, there is it a handbook for parenting. Just try not to repeat our parents' mistakes. Yes, exactly. Don't make the same mistakes. Yep. And think about how you felt too as a child growing up and stuff like that. So, and like you said, we're breaking these generational curses by healing ourselves. I always go back to, when you get on the airplane and they give you those safety instructions, they always tell you to put your oxygen mask on first before you help the person next to you. And the reason is because we all need oxygen. And so if I'm fumbling around trying to help you put your oxygen on, I'm going to pass out because I have a lack of oxygen. And you're going to pass out because I can't help you because I'm passed out. So the best thing that you can do for anybody is to help yourself first. And then you'll be available to help other people, right? So that's why it's so important to heal yourself first. And then you'll be a magnet. You'll be able to attract healthy people into your life. And you'll be able to help the people that need to heal by being an example of what a healed, a survivor looks like. Yep. Auntie Moore said there is no handbook on raising children. Exactly. Yep. And they don't come with the handbooks at all. There's no manual. There's no handbook. Absolutely. Ty Lieber says 100% about the church. They covered everything. Yeah. Yeah. And that kind of stuff is still going on right now today. I think about that one Eddie Long, and even his demise going out here, everything was still swept up under the carpet when all of those young men who were, now living off in this other lifestyle and stuff because of the direct result of the abuse that they received, and they still continue to support this man. So how does that feel for the victims to see the abuser up there getting supported, And so yeah, yep, church. Alcohol and drugs have a major thing to do with our population of humans. It's so effed up. Yes. Yeah. And people turn into these alcohols and drugs because they don't want to do the work to heal their body, right? Heal their lives and stuff like that. So it's easier to just get high and check out. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah. Healing is key. We are doing better, and we are taking to our youth. We are talking to our youth and getting counseling. Blessings. And mama took us to family counseling. Good. Took us to family counseling when she finally left the abusive relationship. That is so important. Super important, because if you are, the mom and you are being abused, it's hard on the children, because they are living through that too, and definitely therapy is needed, and back in my day, we definitely weren't doing therapy, and nobody even really cared about the kids getting therapy and stuff like that. We witnessed some horrible abuse when I was kids, stuff like that. We witnessed an unaliving, at a very young age, and nobody nobody checked on us at all to see if we were okay. It was a secret that we had to keep and all that stuff. So it's a good thing that we are trying to stay in the space. I done lost my trying to stay in a space to protect the victims and get the voices and stuff heard. I messed up here, y'all. I didn't messed up here. Let me see here. Okay, I lost my space here. I think I was down up in there. Maybe there. Okay, this is a newcomer. I haven't read this one. I'm sorry, but I'm Mexican, and I think the Mexican police and all the authorities from Mexico were paid off because you show them money and they'll do what you want. Mina, Montana. Y'all hear that? I'm sorry, but I'm Mexican, and I think the Mexican police and all the authorities from Mexico were paid off because you show them money and they'll do what you want. Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Mina. I appreciate that. But this shows me that I was not there. I appreciate that. Yes. And Madeline said, I read the Essence report. Okay, I did that. Oh, I must have missed your report, your comment earlier, Mina. I apologize, but okay, I got it there. Yeah. All right. And see exactly. Okay, in church up there, was I here? Also, if you okay, yeah, I did that too. I think I'm here. Maybe there. Okay, this has got to be where we're at, right here. Okay, no, gotta be. Here we go. I'm caught up. Earl Nelson. Thank you, Earl. New person here. I know mothers that use extension cords on kids. Yeah. Yep. Telephone cords, extension cords. Yeah. Yeah. We had telephone cords in the extension cords. I know about that, Yep. And yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And that was norm. That was normal. That was normal. Auntie Mo says also abuse in the homes, dads and uncles and cousins sexually assault you. If you're a woman, incest and beyond. It's sickening. Exactly. 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 It's sad for us women, and also just being a young girl. It's sick that someone would see a baby as something that needs, to be sexually assaulted. Yeah, that's so sick and sad. So sick and sad. So sick and sad. Maya says, yes, they are turned out and become same sex relationships for men and women. Exactly, exactly, exactly. Yep. I would say that a good 90%, probably, more than that, of the people that is a part of that lifestyle were abused sexually. I just, I believe that. I really do believe that. I believe that. Yep. Yep. And Ty Lieber says that the red lipstick hustler, right? Yes, yes. The curve is the back. It's so great to know. Okay, you heard that. the curve in the back. Okay, yes, we were talking about the difference between men and women because for since we were talking about this whole case, it had come up on several occasions, the questioning of the gender of Dejanay. And so we did a little anatomy and physiology where we were breaking down because a lot of people were having a hard time to tell because of, all the different plastic surgeries and different, hormones that people are taking now to, transgender or to do some cosmetic stuff. When you know better, you do better. Yes, that's why it's super important that we educate, and like I said, by speaking. So no more moments of silence. We do moments of speaking because when you were victimized and your voice wasn't heard, you you're still that same scared child inside. So we got to heal our inner child by giving it a voice. No matter how old you are, if you haven't healed those wounds from childhood, you're still, that's why we get stuck in our, older relationships and stuff too, because until that's healed, stay there. It's not life in the spiritual sense, not going to let you make it to the next level until you finish where you're at. Like, I'm going to turn 52 in a few days. I'm going to turn 52. I could be able to stop that. But if I have some spiritual lessons that I haven't got, you're just going to keep recycling them, right? That's why it's important to heal so you're not attracting the same, abuser, the same abuser, but in a different body, right? So let's see here. True. And see, write out your pain abuser. I wrote a book about mine. Okay, yeah. So we need to know about your book, The Red Lipstick Hustler. Thank you, for that. Writing it out does help. I'm sure it does. I wrote, a lot of poetry and journaling, all that good stuff. Writing is such an effective way to heal. Earl Nelson says that's why they have a woman's prison. Some mothers pure evil. You cannot honor evil. Yes. And that's the other reason why I say that it's not just we have to be afraid of men, because there are some vicious women out there and some of them mothers that abuse their children too, Yeah. A lot of the abuse to the children is done by the mothers, Yep. So you have to be aware of that evil spirit in these mothers too. So sometimes having to make send boundaries, even if it's a parent, you know, even if it's a parent, even if it's a parent, you have to set boundaries, especially if it's a parent that's been your abuser. You have every right, and you should definitely go no contact with them. You don't have to keep allowing them to abuse you. One of the worst things that I see, it hurts my heart, are adult children still being abused by a parent. You know what I mean? You grown, but because they've been so beat down, that they still, allow themselves to be abused by these parents. Sometimes you guys go no contact with parents too, especially if they're still abusing you. The kid says, there are talks about elder black men dying alone. Yeah, yeah. Because some of them haven't like addressed any of their stuff. Like they may have made multiple children that they weren't involved in the child's life. And oftentimes, if you haven't made those relationships with the children, or you've had um, volatile relationships, even with intimate partners in the past. So now, when you get older, no one wants to be around you. So, yeah, it's really sad that a lot of the older men are, actually dying alone because they don't have any community and stuff like that, and they didn't really participate in raising the children or have a relationship with them. So sometimes children don't feel it and they don't really keep up with them. So that's one of the number one reasons why. And they've had such bad relationships with women that they don't have a companion in the end. And yeah, so that's why it's important to address your stuff. It's pronounced Dahima. Dahima, thank you so much. That's Dahima. Dahima. All right, thank you so much. Dahima. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that pronunciation. All right, James Tippins. All right, here we go with the come to Christ now. All right, that's his contribution to the group. Auntie Mo says life is a healing process for us all. It is. It is. All right, here we go again. Another call to action. Come to Christ and be saved. And say repent and believe the gospel. Okay. Ty Lieber says, enjoying the show. Like, subscribe, stay home and share. Appreciate it. All right, here goes. Okay, Linda Best. My great grandfather is my granddad too. Wow. Okay. More and more pain. See that, y'all? And I know that was a secret they made you keep in the family. You know what I mean? That they keep the incest and all that kind of stuff and then make the victim hold the secret. That's so sad. And, this is the kind of stuff that's been going on. Linda Best, my great grandfather is my granddad too. Earl Nelson says, how can you beat on your own children whom you say you love? Yes, exactly. And that shows too, these narcissists don't love their children, right? So that's why I always bring it up, to be able to identify people that have this narcissistic personality disorder, to even, if it's your parent or something like that too, you have to make sure that you are setting boundaries and, protecting yourself, because they can't help but to abuse you, and they will always do it. So yeah, these abusers don't love their children. And that's how they can abuse them, because they don't love them. Let's see. Why? Okay, Auntie Mo says we teach, learn from example actions. Yes, we have to do and show better. Exactly, like I said, work on healing yourself first, and then as an example, people will, your children will look up to you and see the example of a healed person. You know what I mean? That's not, have chronic wounds and stuff like that. Those chronic wounds used to be the worst ones. Those are, hard to heal up. So, yeah, really. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to the All Around Natural Beauty live show. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much, Ty Libra. All right. Huh? Yeah, I felt that too. I don't know. I was out of that. Jeff Dahmer should eat the carbo the Cabo 6. Yeah. Mm. All right. Auntie Mo said, if you all do your ancestry, you will find it in your own family. It's crazy. Wow. All right. And Alice says the adult children have been conditioned to be that way their whole lives. So most will lose everything before addressing the issue. The abusive mothers are the worst, in my opinion. Yes, I agree. Because then those are the ones that do more of the mental abuse and the degrading and just devaluing the children and stuff. You ain't it, and you ain't never gonna be it, and you know what I mean, just that kind of stuff, or setting them up to be in deadly situations and all kind of stuff. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you, N. Allen. Amen. All right. So now we're gonna get ready for our second video, and this is gonna be a repeat video, not a repeat video, but from the same sister that I think it was yesterday we looked at. Tessa Tales. Um, she had some breaking news and stuff like that too, and she's a very good investigator. I just found her yesterday, but I actually I like the work that she's doing, what she's doing, and playing her videos is real good, helpful. You will die easy when the mom abuse you. Yeah. Yeah. Because there's lots of moms who have, back in the day, they used to just call it crib death, but it was a lot of moms that was unaliving their babies and stuff like that, and then they used to just call it crib death. Yeah. So it's a real thing. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. All right. Okay. Yeah, I love Tessa's Tales channel. Yes, and she's got it's a new video came out you know oh, it's already morning. Okay. Oh, I've been going a little bit okay, so here we go. Um how did I Okay, so this video again, like this is another update on Shanquella, and this is from Tessa. Is it? Let me clear off some of these here boxes. But I thank y'all so much for coming in and really keeping up with me here. And the likes are looking good there. I'm liking that. And let's see here. Nobody look at age mother like men. TGE mother like men. Nobody look. Okay, these y'all gotta help me sometime with these initials. I don't know what this TGE part means there. All right, one more for the copyright disclaimer here. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. So we got out of the first video as far as like how people were getting distracted with calling this a fight, and gentleman there, see that is not that I'm gonna look at. There's just so much violence going on all over the place, and this violence against women is sad. All right, so is this her there? How about
Hey, stop
uh-oh.
using these for your.
No, this is not the one either. Oh, but I wanted to put this one in first. Okay, we're gonna see this one. It's the short one. This one is by Roland S. Martin. I'm not sure if I was able to add this. Might have been a quick add-on that I had got on here. Yes, maybe in the comment box. All right, so let me get ready to share the screen here, and this one is entitled Was Shanquella Robinson attack planned? Um, Friends blame alcohol poison. Video shows vicious beating. So this one here, remember yesterday how we were saying that it was four people in there because somebody was taking the video and then we saw that the side, the beard, and then the fingernails and all that stuff. This one here is going to show a different shot to where I'm thinking like was it five people because anyway, yeah, so we're gonna see this here, and it's only 3 minutes. No, this is we're gonna see here. This might not be the right video, y'all. But this we're gonna just see here. Just hold up though. Bear with me here. This is where we going. And
Charlotte in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, where she was found dead. Robinson's family has sought information about how their daughter died 24 hours after arriving in Mexico. A viral video showed what appears to be Robinson being brutally beaten by a woman in a hotel room as a couple of men videotape and actually comment while it's happening.
Okay,
Robinson's friends initially told her
okay, I didn't know. Let me stop, y'all.
Poisoning.
I apologize, y'all. I wasn't let me get that off of there. That was the whole, that was it. That was the video. That was it. Yeah, I apologize for that one getting through here like that. I was thinking that this one was gonna have the whole video. Usually they've been the still shots and all that stuff, but y'all saw how fast that was. That was it. That was the entire thing there, and we saw the whole injury and all that stuff. That was horrible there. That is not let's see. Most certainly, yes. Okay, about the ancestors and stuff like that. Y'all, this is out there, and it's not like this is the first time it's been played or whatever. This is the thing that's been weighing so heavy on the folks' heart because look how fast it was. I didn't even have time to get my mouse over there to pause it or stop it or anything like that. And here we go again, left with this horrible image, this horrible image, and friends to blame on this one like that. Let me see what the other one was. I think that was the one I was gonna look at first to shouldn't have been part of the thing. Let me see. This might be the one.
One that is
Yes.
not on the
Okay, let me
investigation
stop here.
team and is not direct.
Yes, this is more of a happier one. Y'all, I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much, all the new people and hitting the like, subscribe button. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate that. I need the love there. All right. She tore her up, assault like a rag doll. Prayers. Yes. Yes. And that's how this whole thing first got started was, y'all saw it there. That was the injury right there. You saw the backbone in the neck, and then she continued to attack her head in such a vicious way like that. So this here is the video from Tissa Talks. This is the one that I wanted to show y'all on there. And maybe maybe one day if we get a little bit heavier in the chat and y'all feeling like we need to see that to break it down, I'm okay with it. But I'm just talking, speaking for y'all. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling and stuff like that, So how we feeling? I'm skipping here and we're gonna pause and let me re-share the screen with the new happier video from our Tissa Tales here. And this one's 24 minutes, so we're gonna take little breaks in between time, but we're gonna get started here. And the title of this one says report says two of Cabo. Oh, so it's two of the Cabos are talking to authorities in Shanquella's case in the Cabo 6. Here's what we know. Okay, so now we're about to see some stuff, and we know that Tissa gives really good investigation. She investigates really well.
3 and 4 of my explosive interview is going to be out. It's dropping this weekend. So let's get into, first of all, I'll make it really quick just to catch everybody up. What we know for a fact, since everybody want to be like, but the facts are for credibility, but no. Let me tell y'all something. And yes, I had to hit you with the claps. What do we know for certain from verified sources? Let me walk you through real quick, and then we're going to talk about what sources on the ground are saying. One, verifiable fact: the attorney general of Los Cabos, right?
She's so
Cabos,
beautiful,
area,
so
as
pretty.
we know in America, has said that they have issued an arrest warrant. They have filed the paperwork with Interpol, which means that red file, and of course, they are going to extradite whoever's name is on that arrest warrant. Hold on, I'm going someplace, okay? Don't add things, just listen, right? Because I want you guys to get into my mind and see how I'm processing everything.
Thank you.
The FBI has said that they have opened an investigation into the death of Shanquella Robinson, and it is ongoing, okay? Those are the only statements that those two law enforcement agencies have said. One, why has the FBI said so little? Well, because FBI even says on their own site, they do not discuss any details about ongoing investigations with members of the public. Hate to break it to you, but anyone that is not on the investigation team and is not directly working with that case is considered a member of the public. Reporters and anybody else, they will never give information, right? They will never give information.
Y'all
All they
hear
will
that?
say is we are in an ongoing case. Two, legislation was passed years back in Mexico that any law enforcement, any investigative body, attorney are not allowed to speak out publicly on ongoing cases. Why is that? Well, we can probably guess, right? Let's just say it's something with the cartel, and they're like, oh, we're investigating this, or we've made new things, or ooh, this and that. They can literally go right to the boy's house, snatch them up. Maybe the witnesses will go missing. Maybe they'll be being able to intimidate them. Maybe it will get worse. Again, it is a different culture, right? They do things differently. It doesn't mean they do things wrong. They just do things differently. Now let's add some meat to those bones, because that's what the thing. But however, we know also through mainstream media reports, let's get into it, that there was a police report, right? We know through mainstream reports there was a police report. We know there was a doctor. We know that the police report and the autopsy don't link up. How do we know that? Well, let's get into those mainstream reports, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's put them up on the Summer Jam screen since y'all like receipts, okay? Timestamps below if y'all want to skip to the good, but hear me out because it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Let's get into this. We have the Daily Beast. If you don't know what the Daily Beast is, they are monsters of investigative reporting. They have been around forever, and they are not to be played with. Baby, when the Daily Beast gets in your business, you don't want anything out. The Daily Beast reported, police report shows American woman is alive when medical help arrived in Mexico. In this article, they cite the Charlotte Observer. They even put a link to the Charlotte Observer article. Charlotte Observer, the doctor tried to revive Shanquella Robinson before her death. Police report excerpt shows. But the interesting is the Charlotte Observer cites their source, which is the Metropolis. It is the biggest newspaper in the Baja California area, and it covers.
That's the newspaper from the reporter guy that we talked about. That was on that she did the interview with, and then the lead attorney did the interview with. That's the name of that the brand for that.
All of Los Cabos. It doesn't just cover. Hold on, we're going to get into the other mainstream media. It doesn't just cover Shanquella Robinson's case.
Did you know that 90% of millionaires?
Thank you. Natural Beauty is gorgeous too. Thank you so much. All to my beauties out here. I want to go back. Somebody said this here was really deep here. Tamika Harper says, I was looking at a still. I was confused because I swore that was Nazir standing in a doorway watching the fight and wearing a white t-shirt and baseball cap, but wearing a gold chain. Yeah, I'm a little worried. I think that video that I had played first by, a little accident had more, was showing more stuff in the maybe we'll do that one tomorrow after I at least want to be more responsible and look at it first too. But I think one of them had some showed some of that. Like it was looks like it may have been 5 people in there because somebody had a shot to show the person that was taking the video with the fingernails, the white fingernails that they were saying now is this Anissa, or the girl started with A, taking the what they were thinking was a FaceTime, but actually ended up being a video. And then that same person, captured the dude that had the beard that sound like he said, can't you at least fight back? And then so that's 3. No, that's 2. That's 3. And then Dejanay make 4. So I don't know. Here we go again with back to these more numbers and stuff. So that was interesting there, Tamika. And then Tamika said, but on Nazir's live, he wasn't wearing a chain. Wow. Okay, we know that. And say, the kid says, do you think because it's a high profile case that other videos that are out there in circulation has been snubbed by the feds? As far as like not showing the real the whole fight scene? I'm not sure. I know I noticed that, like I said, after the first week or so, more and more of the actual video of it kind of got watered down to where it was just still shots and stuff like that. Enjoy the show, like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Nazir wanted to be with Dejanay. Okay, that had came up before too. All right, he liked that. Oh, okay. So, okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm about to get back to this here share the screen. um, Here we
This
go.
newspaper has been around for a while. They have won awards. And if you look at their website, they cover corruption in the local government. They cover bribes. Go through their investigative. They cover local stuff too, definitely. But go to their investigative reporting section, which they have on awards for. There are 8, 9 pages. Each page has 6, 7, 8 cases, all local, but all deep. But there's more, right? We also have The Independent, mysterious death of sickening viral video on an autopsy that doesn't add up. The Independent cites the Metropol Met. We have the New York Post citing the Metropol Met. We have the Daily Mail. We even have Time Magazine citing Metropol Met, ABC News. And guess what? ABC News is citing the Metropol Met. And y'all pause, because before we get to the new evidence that the investigative reporter is sharing with us, I just want to say this. I really honestly feel like some of y'all have lost the plot for real. Y'all talk about sources and credit, but some of y'all have lost the plot.
Give us the plot now.
Because I want you guys come into my mind, into the solitary mind of a madman, right? I want you to see how my logic goes and why I think this information is important to share. You guys, take a step back. Let's remind everyone, where did the crime occur? I'm being serious. Where was the scene of the crime? Okay? The scene of the crime was in Mexico. Okay? Los Cabos to be exact. Not North Carolina, right? Not DC. It was in Mexico.
Yeah.
Why is that important? Because listen, anything that happened after the Cabo Six returned to North Carolina or before they left, of course, I trust the local reporting in North Carolina. Why? Because you guys know the culture, you know the people, you know the ins and outs. There's nuances that a local reporter anywhere can tell you that you have to live there to know. For instance, a New Yorker that is reporting on what's going down in North Carolina, this and that, of course, you might know some stuff. But if there's actually somebody on the ground in North Carolina, you have access to the family, you have access to the friends You can do investigation. You can get people talking. I will always put more credibility in local reporting, but let's follow this, right?
Yeah.
Because
If you want to build and launch.
Sorry, y'all. Wow. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. So the thing for me is that okay, so the local reporter would be the Mexican guy, right? However, it's local for them, but we know that Shanquella they lived out here, so maybe that's why we're not getting how we wanted to receive this information, right? So this kind of put us in a different little situation because what's local is really, in another country that we don't have access to. So I'm curious to see if she's gonna sway us or, to start listening back to this Geraldo guy. Yes. All right. Yes, Geraldo has credibility. Okay, so y'all feel kind of like that's where we're going with this? Where she's going with this? Interesting. Okay, let's see if we can get back to it.
where did the crime occur? Mexico. The death occurred in Mexico. The police are in Mexico. The doctor that lied on the police report is in Mexico.
True.
The police report is in Mexico.
Yeah.
The doctor that performed the autopsy is in Mexico. The maids are in Mexico. The gardeners are in Mexico.
Yeah.
The people that clean the pool are in Mexico.
Yeah.
But what's more, right? There are local customs and culture in Mexico.
True.
Nuances, the way things go. That only someone that is from there, I think,
Yeah.
could be the best example to not only know it, but also navigate it. Just hear me out, right? Think about it. We just found out that in America, if there's a dead body, whether it's a murder or an accident, the detectives are on the scene asking you questions right there. We literally just found out that in Mexico, right? In Mexico,
Yeah.
if there is a death and it does not look like an out and out murder, the people, the first responders on the scene take notes.
Yeah.
Give it up.
They
give it
ain't
to
even
somebody.
trained.
They review it and then they decide whether they should, they decide whether they're even going to question people. Again, it's
I know.
little nuances like that.
Wow.
It's so important why local reporting is important, right? So I will always give her a weight and credibility, right? To the reports that are actually at the scene. That
Yeah.
can actually talk to the people that understand how things work. Think about it.
Yes.
You
Good
know
point.
the culture of the local authorities. You know the culture of the police force. The history and context that local reporters are able to understand, navigate, and give to us are amazing. All right? Like, you guys. But let me get into So local reporting in any case will always, to me, get a little bit more credibility than things that have been reported afar. Like I said, something happens in North Carolina, people are in yes, let me hear it. But for what happened in Mexico, I give a little more credibility for people that have boots on the ground.
Yeah.
And that local newspaper in Mexico, right, is the Metroplex.
Yeah.
The Metroplex is not some rinky-dink thing that just got thrown up.
It's like the
Okay?
Times.
It is the biggest newspaper in that area.
Yeah.
It has broken hundreds of stories. Go to their website. I don't know who said they've been taking their stories down. All their stories are up, including the Shanquella story. Go to yourself and check it. Right?
Okay.
So the thing about the truth, it's true whether you believe it or not. Okay? So the Metroplex is the biggest, and mine, because it is big, they know, they are investigators, they've gotten awards. I give it a little more weight. So when all these reports from the Metroplex came back, you want to know what my sources are? I read the local paper, which is the first thing for investigative reporting. And when all these reports came back, yes, right? I believe the local reporting.
Okay.
And so did CNN, so did ABC.
That's
so did
true.
Yahoo News, so did the Daily Beast.
Yeah, our reputable
Okay.
Reports.
The local newspaper broke several things on this case.
That's
Like I
true.
said, it broke the police report. It broke the doctor. It broke the corruption thing
It did.
between the police and doctor. Everybody, they broke that.
She's right.
And that is why I reached out to the reporter who works for the biggest newspaper in the area, the person that uncovered the police report, right? Uncovered that the doctor was lying.
Yeah, we wouldn't have known about it.
A discrepancy between the autopsy and the police report. Okay.
Wow.
So when mainstream media confirmed some of the reporting that was coming out of the local paper, I reached out to the local paper. I reached out to the reporter that gave it. And he
did great
to share what he knew and what he heard from his sources in the local police department and what they know and what they've been saying and what they believe. And most importantly, unlike the US, right? Well, let me just finish my point. It boggles my mind. Why wouldn't anybody want to speak to the person that uncovers the police report?
Wow.
That showed the lies on the death certificate. Right? That blew the lid off this case.
That probably was a distraction right there. So we would, stop wanting to get the information. Because she's absolutely right. And I know I was pulled off into that too by, starting to try to discredit the reporter and all this stuff. I'm so grateful that she was do this.
I have to ask you, what do we gain from being blind to information?
Thank you.
What does that serve? What is that?
Your idea of
here we go again. Sorry, y'all.
is a plan.
All right. Yeah, so what are y'all thinking on this new information here? All right, Parker's Perspective. Hello, welcome, Parker's Perspective. All right, new name there. Thank you for tuning in to the All Around Natural Beauty channel. Let's give some roses to our new beauty. Welcome. Yeah, so I don't know, y'all. I'm excited again about listening to Geraldo and getting some more information from him. All right, Ty Lieber, my best moderator, is giving you thumbs up and also a rose, welcoming you to this here. This one, I can feel myself getting, having different thoughts on how this whole thing is going down. See, Red Lipstick Culture says Queen. All right, Tessa is right. Queen Tessa is right. I agree. All right. And Alan giving those roses out. Thank you so much. Appreciate that for making our new beauties feel welcome, right? That's what we about over here. Beauty, beautifulness, and all that good stuff. Healing and all that good stuff. All right. So I think we might be get ready to get past this here commercial.
Stick your head in the sand. What is the point of that?
Yeah.
What is the point? I don't. I reached out to the reporter that broke the story, and I interviewed him. I mean, guys, listen.
I thank her for doing all that research too.
Here.
She did it.
I read. My notice office is always reading. I am seeing the same reports you are. We are all seeing, but I have to ask you, what does being blind to information serve? Especially when it's been proven through the media, through blogs, through YouTube, the police report, the doctor, that clearly that paper, right, that has been around for like how long, has sources, and those sources are telling them things. Hey, but again, I go back to my point. Why wouldn't you want to hear more information from a source?
Thank you.
That everybody has established.
Yeah.
Actually has inside sources and looks to be a little credible. I mean, really. Wait, let's just get to what is new. Okay.
All right.
So,
here we go, y'all. What's
from
some tea?
Metropolis MS. They're saying that there are only a few crimes that qualify for extradition: femicide, murder, and kidnapping. Okay. Again, they can add on other crimes such as leaving the body, tampering with evidence, lying to officials once they're in Mexico. But if it is only tampering with the body, if it is only lying to officials, that's not enough to get the rest of the Cabo Six back over. That's another reason why they do need déjeuner. They need déjeuner because the other crimes that the other ones might be guilty of, it's not enough to get extradition. It's not enough to get a warrant. Now,
Ooh.
maybe they could be tried in America,
Yeah.
but the easiest thing to do would be to get a warrant for Dejanay, and then we'll see how things go with the other ones. Let's go. All right. And especially they're thinking that maybe, and this is why I think that they said that Khalil, and they think it is Dejanay in the, I'm sorry, Khalil and Winter, they think are in the video over. Dejanay will be crucial. I know that there are people saying that, like, no, her nails were French tip, they're Alyssa's nails. That may or may not be true, but this is their best guess, and they're going to need Dejanay on the ground to really talk about that and explain things. Yeah, I mean, listen, the only thing that she could do that could maybe get everybody off the hook is just sit there and sit in a Mexican jail.
How many of y'all think Dejanay they gonna sing like a bird? Put a one in the chat if y'all think she gonna sing. Not just sing, but sing.
But like I'm telling y'all, is she really gonna do that? But she might, because honestly, it looks like everybody is being tight-lipped. But speaking of that, right? They say 2 of the 6 statements to authorities that are included in the case, 2 out of 6 people made statements to the Mexican authority. Well, I don't want to say Mexican authorities. They said authorities. Could be the Fed, could be Mexico, but 2 out of 6 people. I'm willing to bet, this is just speculation, it's Nasir and probably Alyssa, right? It's Nasir and probably Alyssa. However, if Alyssa was in the bedroom because she had like French tips, white nails too, then maybe it is Winter and Nasir. You see what I'm saying? Again, remember I said about Bonafide? How many people on the internet said it was Winter, Winter, Winter? Because there's supposed to be this mysterious video of like her body slamming. Maybe the video exists, I don't know. This insider is saying, the reporter, the investigator is saying,
I'm just gonna stop there for this one little second, okay, to discredit this whole rumor about that Winter body slammed her. When we saw her hit the floor and her body went paralyzed, do you know how? Let me put myself up here a little bit. Do you know how difficult it is to pick up a paralyzed body? Even though we say she was 100 pounds, for Winter to be able to pick up 100 pounds off of the ground and body slam it, right? That's a lot of dead weight too, because even it feels heavier with dead weight. You know, when you are tussling with somebody, you can use their momentum to actually help swing them over, but to actually pick up dead weight from after what we saw that Dejanay did to her, there, I don't think it's possible. And I agree with what Tessa is saying. It's like, you know, this video that they're talking about, it's almost like they're trying to get everybody to say they did something, but I don't see anybody being able to pick up 100 pounds of dead weight and then body slam it. So yeah, I don't think there is all these talk about other videos. I don't think there are any other videos, because that I don't think there could be any other videos.
If there's not a video of body slamming. Again, this will all come out in the wash. I'm just letting you guys know what is said, because at the end of the day, I never have a problem with getting more information. I prefer more information because I know how to chew the meat and spit out the fat anyway, right?
Yep.
They're also saying they had audio evidence that was recorded during their travels to and from Mexico. Okay, if they have audio evidence, and somebody is definitely snitching. Looks like 2 people are snitching if they have audio evidence. Again, that audio evidence might be what predicated the fight. We don't know. The whole point of the matter is they're going to need Dejanay to put the pieces together. Again, Dejanay is the linchpin.
She couldn't see none. She was too busy attacking.
Put a little pressure on her. She'll dissolve like sand, right? Again, Mexico is operating under, they're going on this briefing, why can't I talk? They're going through this thing to ensure everybody gets it, human rights are respected, okay? And also that rights are respected across the board, no matter how rich or poor you are. No information is going to be released about any defendants until they are brought before a judge in Mexico, okay? Which, when you think about it, is pretty fair. They think it, they're moving in silence. If they were to shout stuff out, it could come completely ruin your reputation.
Yeah.
Look at the whole Winter Donovan versus Alyssa. People used to think that Winter Donovan was the one body slamming, and now they're like, wait, Alyssa might be the culpable one, and Winter Donovan might have been chilling, or they all might have been in the room.
Yeah.
That will come out. But do you see how this new law actually might be helpful, to say the least, about what could happen? Let's get into some more about what is being reported, okay, by the Metroplex. They're saying, no, they are saying that Shanquella's father actually gave an interview to prosecution, okay? That interview and prosecution, they're using it as evidence, right?
This audiobook.
Wow. All right, we have some new subscribers coming here too. I got here Mika's Bees TV. Should shout out to us RNs holding it down. Love your channel. I'm new to your show. Thank you so much. All right. I appreciate all the nurses that's coming over here. Thank y'all so much, because y'all know in our industry we need to work on our coming together, because nursing is a vicious something. It's it's real catty, and it's full of a lot of abusers up in there. Yeah. We've been abused from school on out. Because I know everybody didn't have that one nursing teacher that tried to blow the dreams, shoot down the dreams of aspiring nurses all over the place, right? Fail you out of clinicals for some baloney stuff. But anyway, I appreciate my nurses for coming over here, because that's one thing that is one of my prayers, is for us to come together and be loving. All right. None of us, Auntie Mo says, none of us will ever know the real truth. Only the ones in the room with Quella knows what really happened. That's exactly right. Yes. And Miss Tina says exactly right. All right. Okay. Yeah. So Parker Perspective. All right. Another new name here. Welcome. Says this case is just so crazy. So many twists and turns. Prayers for Shanquella's family. Shanquella. I keep saying Quella. Pardon. Quella. All right. Yeah, can we? I don't even know if we at the 100 likes. I hope we are. Thank you. Reporters have to recant stories, and we have to take into account human error and misunderstanding, and lots of translation. Exactly. Things get lost in translation. Exactly. Thank you for that. Peace and blessings to the chat and host. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's what we try to be about over here, is peace, love, and blessings. All right. Thank you, Ty Lieber, for sharing the love there. Okay. Yeah. So we thinking that Day gonna sing like a bird. They will sing like a rooster. I'm sorry, that's kind of a poor rooster impression. It was my best job, though. She's going to be part of a choir singing her lungs out. Oh my goodness, y'all funny. Nazir's out here living his best life, allegedly. Well, not gonna be for long, hopefully. All right. And Timo, you got her to canaries up there. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Yep. All right. Y'all on top here. Hey, friend. Okay. Here we go. Perfect. They trying to buy some time. Yeah. N. Allen says, dead weight literally. Sorry. Yep. I agree. Winter couldn't even do one push-up. Okay, that's right. She was the one. Yeah. So imagine her, picking up dead weight and slamming it, right? Yeah. No. Good points, y'all. Good point. Yes. Miss Tina says, I think Dejanay put that out, okay, to take the heat off of her. I agree with you too, to make it look like we all had something to do with it. Yeah, because yeah. Like I said, unless they did all that stuff before Dejanay, otherwise that was it. That was it. We saw the finished product there. So unless these other videos had to have taken place before that, that's the only way, because that video was the last video, the last one. Hey, my bro, M Mac. All right. Yes. All right, let's see what that says. Thank you for tuning in to the All Around Natural Beauty RN Live. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And I thank y'all so much. Shout out to the new subscribers and welcome. All right, yes. Welcome to all the new subscribers. I just feel so good each time, more and more new people showing up here and leaving comments. We got some great engagement here. We have a positive chat. We do a lot of healing. We have moments where people are actually able to get out off of their chest some abuse and get some healing here. And we, surround them with love and roses and hugs and all that good stuff. A rooster. All right. Yes, it was sad. It's many misunderstandings this season. Yep. All right, you did good. Like a rooster. Thank you. I tried. All right, Daryl Power says the abuse has been handed down through generations. Exactly. And that's why it's up to each person to break the cycle. You have to be mindful and choose to break the cycle. Otherwise, we just continue with more abuse. El Chapo 6 is going to jail. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm gonna do one more, then we're gonna get finished up with this video. Auntie Mo says, I think they have them all and getting statements, and they are lawyered up, and they're all too quiet. Yes, see here. Red Lipstick Hustler says, I would have tried to stop the fight. Those people are disgusting. Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like, at what point was, you video it like that? And yeah, that was horrible. Horrible. All right, so let's see here. We get through our commercial here and get finished up.
What is the evidence?
Yeah,
If you
what's
guys
the
know about
evidence?
Femicide in Mexico, there needs to be an R, there needs to be DV, or there has to be some
After this video, we're gonna read that definition of femicide one more time.
relationship, either friendship, a colleague, something where you're trying to build and grow. There's some type of, basically in law, you call it a duty to care. A duty to care it's some type of obligation that creates it's some type of connection or relationship that creates a legal obligation, so that in the normal world, somebody could come and walk off a cliff and you could just be like, damn, right? However, if there is a duty of care, say you are a babysitter and you have a duty to care for that child, the child just can't walk off the cliff and you watch, because you have a duty to a certain extent, protect them from reasonable harm, but a reasonable person under the circumstance. So if the baby is like being sucked into like a vortex, and you're like, oh my God, I'll die too, then a reasonable person under the circumstances would or would not, depending on who you are, but a reasonable person under the circumstances would not risk their own, or would not be legally required to risk their own lives to save another. That wouldn't be reasonable. But if the baby is walking off a cliff and you can easily reach over and get them, and you are the babysitter, because you have a legal duty of care, you had a legal obligation. And because you violated that duty, now we can get you on a tort. And a tort, of course, is that you were responsible. And anyway, you get that, right? So anyway, the father's testimony actually established that there was a friendship. If you guys don't know, in Mexico, they don't argue like Perry Mason and Matlock. Everything's written. So you take all the witnesses' statements, all the evidence, blah, 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 and people write it out and present it to the judge on both sides. And you can argue on paper. So it's not like a trial like we normally know, which is why we also need people on the inside that let us know what's actually going on.
Yeah.
There's hardly any witnesses. There's not expected to be witnesses in this case, but we'll move forward, right? They are saying that Dejanay Jackson was arrested in Connecticut at a relative's home and remained in custody for up to 30 days while they decide whether or not to extradite that warrant. You guys, I actually have information on this. I'm going to drop it in the video tonight if I can. Definitely Sunday, okay? It's going to be a heavy upload day, but I actually have information on this that I will drop. They're saying that if convicted, Dejanay will serve 30 to 60 years if found guilty. He's saying Shanquella was moved from the second story, right, to the living room, to the, what do you call it? To the living room. What do you call it? Like the living room, like with a game room. You know, the big room in the house that has like games and a bunch of couches and people can luxuriate. So that room, she was moved from the second floor down. They're saying that she was they put clothes on her, right?
What?
Which is
Shop the season at the pants store. It's officially.
Wow. Okay. I didn't. Yeah. So then they, yeah, that's when everybody would be in trouble. Then they had to take a team, uh, to move her and put clothes on her. Wow, that's sad. You know what I mean? To dress the body and stuff like that. When the patients expire, there's some, we do the death care to them and stuff like that. So, to handle a body like that's just, and that was one of the chores that a lot of people, really didn't, enjoy doing, handling the body and stuff like that. And to know that, that's just horrible. I mean, that just makes it even worse that you were able to handle your friend's body and then gonna come up with a lie like that. I mean, all right. I pray. Okay, here's a new name too. Shira Floyd says, I pray for the family and true friends that they get justice. Thank you so much and welcome. Ty Lieber says, hey, you in the bushes, smash the like. It's confidential. All right. And Nicholas says, they better get a trade while they roam the streets, because once Mexico prison gets hold of them, they are going to be braiding someone's hair and cooking someone's food. They better learn how to make those tortillas, huh? Tortillas and quesadillas. Okay, let me stop. M Max says Geraldo said that they dressed and moved her body to another room. Mrs. Robertson, Mr. Robertson said when Quella's body returned, she had on pajamas. Oh, can you imagine dressing her and only to call a nurse? Yeah. Wow. Yes, Parker's perspective said they said there was only one floor. Yeah, I think what she meant to say was from the room. Like I think the attack took place in a bedroom because we saw a bed there, and I think they probably drug her to the family room or so another room. I don't think it was stories. I don't think that they um you know p- took her body up a flight of stairs or anything like that. I'm thinking they said a villa, so I think villa is kind of like a flat would be single story. I don't know. I don't know. And Timo says the extradition process takes a few weeks and can be appealed by any American citizen. So it could be a long time for us to hear what's going on or outcome. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for, that. So we be reminded to stay patient. Stay patient. Auntie Moore says they better brush up on their Spanish. I know. I said that's the easy way to learn Spanish. The best way to learn the language is to go, live in that country where they speak the language. The Cabo Six are dangerous people. Period. Yes. All right. There's a rose and a heart for you. Welcome, Shira. All right. So the game room. Okay, yeah, game room. There we go. All right, so I think we're about ready to continue on here.
and that she was already dead when the nurse came. But if she was already dead when the nurse came, that means that she had already transcended when Nasir was there too. Which Nasir, if this is true, he's moving more into a cover up.
Yep.
Uh, uh, he did say that there's a lot more things that he's going to actually reveal later. Again, he is claiming he's getting this from informants, So I'm sure whoever it is wants to protect their job, and there needs to be a delay on when they release information.
Mm.
You know, again, this is just more information. Please verify it. Please go see what you can do with it. But I wanted you to have the information. Um, they're saying that the case is so complicated because there's so many lies, right? And the lies were noticed immediately. And when the autopsy came back, they went to actually look for the Cabo 6, and the Cabo 6 had moved to a hotel. So
They boned
so
out.
like this. They got there on Thursday, right? Friday is when they had all that stuff happen. Saturday is when they left to go back home. But as soon as they left the authorities, they immediately left the villa and they went to hotels. Okay? They went to hotels and then they left on the 30th. Investigators, the insider people are saying, were expecting them to be there to the 31st, and they were not expecting them to vacate the villa. Now, I'll tell you one thing when everybody was like, well, why did it take so long for the inspection to start?
Yeah.
I will say this, and this is just to the thing. If somebody passed away, even by accident in the house, I wouldn't stay at that place. I would go to a hotel too. Maybe even though things looked weird, they were like, okay,
It
when
makes
they saw
sense.
them check out, let's not forget they got a refund. But once this is just me, but once they got that autopsy back, that's when they were like, hey, where'd you guys go? So again, them moving to hotels on its own, I wouldn't stay in the house either. However, the fact that they left no way for the police to get in touch with them, and like I said before, remember how 3 of them cut their phones off? We assume they cut their phones off because, social media.
My thing is that anybody who would have come in there and saw the injuries to her, I don't know. I just, yeah. But then again, they said they paid them off, so.
Media people were, no, what if they cut their phones off immediately because they were trying to hide from the authorities? Anyway, guys, that's what's new. Listen, tomorrow I got something. I really do got something. It's going to be some stuff released. Let me know what you think in the comments. And
all right. Okay, so then that's it for that video there. That was very informative and very informative. Queen Bee says, hi, my beauties, my beautiful beauties. I was in a very abusive marriage for 12 years. It really took some time for me to get over that. Yeah, 12 years is a long time. And so, we have to think about the amount of healing that it takes to get that. And I'm so proud and grateful for you for getting out of that. 12 years, that makes it even more difficult to leave after you've been conditioned, for 12 years with abuse. And thank you for those roses in the hearts. Appreciate you as a survivor. That's right. Queen Bee, the survivor. All right. Shaver says, thank you, Ty Libra, for the whole welcome and everything. M Max said, this is where accessories after the fact come into play for all the non-aggressive involved. I agree. Yep, accessory after fact too, after they moved the body and did all whatever kind of craziness that they did to it. Yes, I agree. Auntie Mo said, they all got told they can't go back into the villa. Oh, okay. All right. That explains it. And then Tissa had a good point too. Like, would you really want to sleep, at the crime scene? But yeah. All right. Mary Baldwin. Okay, Mary, welcome. First time see this name here. Mary Baldwin in Christ. The word of God do not lie. They shall reap what they sow. Yes. Yep, because karma, it comes back to you. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. Exactly true. Ty Levers at Queen Bee. All love. I was married for only 7 years, but the pain is unreal. Yes, it is. And it takes time to heal from it and stuff too, Yep. I appreciate y'all survivors out there. Tyler said, thank you for tuning in to the All Around Natural Beauty RN Live. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. Let me see what these likes is looking Okay, that's fair. I mean, it's okay. It's average. It's here. It's 136 people in here and 94 likes. So, yeah, let's see if we can get four more so we can be at 100 to have three triple digits here. Thank you guys. M Mac says it's absurd that Kylie Mack, the best friend, didn't stay and ensure her body come back. I agree. That just shows a lot right there. They're trying to be totally detached from that and want nothing to do with it. The red lipstick hustler Lily says accessory to um, and aiding and abetting. Yes, yes, that is exactly right. Yeah, I did both of my parents' pictures in their caskets and have my own mini photo album. Good for you, Queen Bee. Yeah, good for you. Yep. Yeah, and I'm glad that we talked about that too, y'all. That just made me, smile and to know that, somewhere in our subconscious we have these, feelings and stuff like that, to where, um, you know, it's something that people do. The thing that, oh yay! All right, 103 likes. Thank you so much. We did it. This is so great. This is so great. All right, so while we finished that video, we did both of our videos. So I'm going to be coming in for a landing, but I do want to go ahead and pull up the definition for this femicide. Let me see what I put. If I put it on this, and so we can read it too again. And we're just going by definitions. We like to do things here by science, facts, and science, and leave all of the speculation and stuff to other people. I think it's on this here. Did I put it on this? And what do y'all think about? Okay, here I got something over here. Max said I saw Mr. Robinson do an interview where he was adamant that he had nothing to do with the GoFundMe. I know that Kyrie Irving donated 65,000 alone. I hope the sister isn't profiting off of this. Hmm. We must be careful with the words we use in our chat. Yes. Yep, everybody, I hope y'all out there being loving towards one another. Let me go down here and make sure red lipstick need to be a moderator. Okay, there we go. Red lipstick, you have been granted the moderator wrench, so you can keep the peace off up in there. I appreciate you and for doing that. Thank you so much. All right, so you just got you a wrench up in there, and help keep the peace up in here, because you have been sharing very peaceful information, and I love your participation here in this community. Thank you so much. All right. Yes, we are there. Thank you so much, Ty Lieber. We got those likes up. We at 105 now, y'all. Excellent. All right. Oh, here go a new name. Christina Menza. It's so shocking all of these six evil devils are not behind bars already. None of them are innocent at all. It's sickening. Send them all to Mexico prison so they can meet their karma, period. Yes. Yeah, that's the hard thing too, to have to know that, people are out here walking around. I mean, like, not even charged with anything. And it's almost like our hands are tied because, the crime was committed in another country. And, I just feel like there should be some kind of way that we could charge them here for, the planning of it. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, that's not um my profession as far as like all the laws and stuff. But I would hate that if those other people could get away with it, because I agree with you that all of them should be guilty and held accountable for something. Yes, ma'am. And see, the red lipstick hustler says Shanquella is over the GoFundMe. They have to pay for attorney and travel to Mexico. Yes, okay, that's what's this comment up there. Okay. I saw Mr. Robinson do an interview where he was adamant that he had nothing to do with the GoFundMe. I know that Kyrie Irving donated 65,000 alone. I hope the sister isn't profiting off of this. And that's a good point. So the money is going to for to help out with all kind of other things too. So um yeah, I agree with you, Red Lipstick, that all these other things happen for that, so it's not like these that they're trying to do. Okay, I see. There you go. There we go. That's right. I did that. All that stuff too. Here we go. Oh, I did. Okay, C. Reeves. All right, there's another new name. Welcome, C. Reeves. Thank you. Hope you subscribed. Doing the right thing or wrong thing evokes karma. Yeah, everything you do, every action has a reaction. That's true. Yep. All right, the red lipstick hustler. Lily, the screets are real. All right. Thank Thanks, but I work a lot on set. I would not be about to do it. But I love your show. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Ty Lieber's true. All right. Christina says, it's so sad, and I wish so many prayers for this beautiful angel and her family and her mama. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. It's super heartbreaking for all of us. I'm glad I found your show. Thank you so much. I'm glad you found it too. I really appreciate your engagement and your comments. Thank you so much. Mary Bolden said, I guarantee, although there are not any physical bondage, they are mentally incarcerated. That's if they have a conscience and actually feel that, sorry, y'all, rolling over my cord here, feel some type of empathy or something. I guess at least one person had to because the videotape was released. So, yes, absolutely. Amen. All right. Yes, karma will come regardless. That's true. You definitely going to reap what you sow. Definitely going to reap what you sow. So let me go ahead and find my definition. Then we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. So we've been going for over 2.5 hours, and see what it's like 1:11 in the morning out here. So I just want to leave on this note here with this femicide. So we still feeling like this is what we are keeping this around for, is because this femicide it's a global problem. It's a global problem, and we are just now starting to put a little bit of. Oh, you must be on the West Coast over here. um, yeah, I'm Central Time here. I'm in Alabama. Let's see. They are cold-hearted. I agree. I agree. Yes. Okay. So let me go with my definition. Inside, then we get ready to start wrapping it up. All right. Another new. Welcome, Tip Carter. I think if I heard right, that they can be charged here if they planned it here, but they have to have the proof. Okay. If they planned it there, then Mexico gets to try them first, and then we can after. Okay, thank you, Tip Card. I appreciate that. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, if we could just kind of find something, the conspiracy charge or something that, something to be able to ensure that everybody's going to be held accountable, because it's a little scary to know that only one or two of them that they looked for. But I guess we're just keeping our hopes and prayers that they'll tell on the others, and that'll be able to, get everybody, back, and vice versa. Yes. All right. Thank you for tuning into the All Around Natural Beauty RN Live. Please hit the like and subscribe button and share. All right. Hey, Queen. All right. Let's see. The kid said, "Your final thoughts if they were gave her immediate medical attention, would she have been here today?" If they did, they would have to like get the emergency people there immediately because she only had a 15-minute window as far as like being without oxygen, and I don't believe any of them probably knew what to do. Like they would have had to really support her neck to be able to even administer breaths in there because her head was knocked off the axis. So it's that's a hard thing to say. If they would have got her the medical attention right away, with she would have definitely been paralyzed from probably the bottom of her face down, you know and she would have to be on a ventilator for the rest of her life, and everything would have to been done for her. So yeah, if she had gotten immediate medical care, because like I said before, when I would take care of the gunshot wound victims, so somebody got shot in the neck and they had to wait for the paramedics and everything to get there, they were able to save them and they came back, but they were a quadriplegic after that. So they had 24-hour had to have 24-hour care. You need a person to take care of you the whole time. You have to be on the ventilator, so they have to worry about things like if the power goes out and you don't have a backup generator or even batteries or something like that. So those kind of things, it's lifelong care, and you know, depending on how long she was without the oxygen, if she would have had any type of brain damage as far as like not being able to think and stuff like that. She would have been able to make some sounds with the ventilator on, as far as like speech and vocals and all that kind of stuff. Depending on how high it's up, depends on how loud the vocals are. Like I was saying before, I would have the quadriplegic patients with, different degrees. So the ones that had kind of a lower one, they could, turn the head. But the ones that had the high ones, they just head flipped over. Like I can even fake the move because, I got I'm attached, but their heads would flop around like, you could see that it was off. And they couldn't even do anything but maybe something like that. That was the most movement that they can do. It's a sad diagnosis, this paralysis. You know what I mean? Because if you have a high one, that means you can't eat because you can't control the swallow, right? So it's sad. And yeah, depending on how high depends on how much extra you can do. And they would be so excited for having like little small things, like the ones that could turn their heads. They thought they were better than the ones that couldn't do that, or make do this. Some of them could be able to do that move too. It's sad. It's not much could be done, but yeah, it would have been a sad memory too, because like I said, the ones that did come back with the able to think and all that stuff, and still had the visuals of remembering the person that shot them, she would have had the visual, the memories of hearing them, the whole incident, would still be intact there, and she would every day she wakes up to not be able to move and stuff, to know that these friends did this to me, that they tried to end me. I just happened to, survive. And so, it was real tough for those ones that did get shot, knowing that somebody tried to, shoot you in the head, take you out. They just had a bad aim. So, yeah, I appreciate that question there. Let's see, got some more. Tossing roses to the beauties gang. All right, thank you for keeping those roses out there. True. C. Reeve says the text messages between them will show premeditation. Yeah. So do you think they was texting before all this? I feel like it was premeditated because it seemed like the attack was staged. You know what I mean? Like it was. There we go. It's like it was. Staged. So to me, that would indicate planning. So yeah. Okay. Here's a new name too. Lanny. My brother's unalived himself. I wish I had a picture to help the grief when I was a child. Oh, oh, yep. Love and condolences for you on that too. See, I'm glad that I did bring that up about the picture. I didn't even know that, that would, affected so many people and stuff like that. And I know that I was grateful that at the, y'all to make me cry, that at that last minute I asked if I could take the picture of my daddy because I knew that was going to be the last time I saw my daddy. And I needed that, I needed to see that. It helped me, it helped me. It helped me because I didn't want to feel like I was going to forget what he looked like. So, and sometimes that's needed to give you the closure so you can, believe it and stuff. And I think that's why sometimes, it's important to, like, some people don't want to walk around and see the body in the casket. I think it's important to do that because, for the people that need to do that. Some people don't need it, but we can't be offended at the people that do need it because it helps with the closure. And here, like she said, that picture would have helped her with the grief, you know all those years ago. But I'm sure that because of how your brother ended for himself, sometimes it carries like a shame for the family, and nobody wants to talk about it and stuff like that. So my heart's out for you on that one, Lanny. Yeah, and so now we could leave the people alone that need the pictures and stuff like that. So it's all to the good because it does help with with closure. So hugs to everybody who need one. Thank you so much. I need it. I need it. I need it. I need it. Thank you. I really appreciate this community too, that we can have a space where we can let this out because this is how you get over the grief too, by letting out stuff and not just holding it down, suppressing. If tears are coming, let the tears flow. So what I'm gonna do before I get out of here, I'm gonna drop the link. If anybody, want to come up and share something on the voice, that you didn't have the opportunity to really text, or that if you felt like you were misunderstood in the chat and sometimes you want to, say it, like I said before, sometimes it's difficult to put everything, in the text chat type of way. You may want to, uh-oh, nose about to run. Sorry, y'all. um, I'll put the link down there if anybody, have a testimony or something that they want to get off their chest. And before I go to bed, because it's late, but I realized I hadn't put this out here for somebody to have an opportunity. And like I said, it's always a time for healing and all that good stuff. So we can get there. I'm gonna pin it. There we go. Link is pinned to the chat for anybody who wants to come up and say a few things before we go to sleep. She would be a vegetable. Like I said, it depends on how long she would have been without the oxygen. Yeah. So if she, if they would have got her the oxygen, before time, yeah, she could possibly have still had her brain and not been a vegetable. But the way they were saying it, like if things take so long, who knows if they would have, if she came back as a vegetable or not. But, most of the people that I had that were quadriplegics, they still had their brain and, could still hold conversations, still remembered everything and all that stuff too. Because the neck injury is not a brain injury. See, so that's the difference. The brain injury would have occurred from the lack of oxygen, not from the trauma from the break in the neck. So the her being a vegetable would have been if it was long before they got the oxygen, because without the oxygen, the brain cells start to die, and that's how we get the vegetated state because of that. But the actual break causing the paralysis has nothing to do with the the damage to the brain. That's just the damage to the actual spinal cord. Yep. Great question. Great question. Red Lipstick says, but she would have a lot of damage done to her neck spine. So sad. Yeah. She would have been in a wheelchair. She would have had to been on a life support machine. And, yeah. Yep. Require something for everything. There's, you have to have a bowel program where, you have to go in there and manually pull it out. It's a whole big thing that goes with the paralysis. A whole big thing. You have to have your bladder emptied, everything has to be done for you, right? Because, if you have a bowel movement, you got to put in a little bit of work. You got to push, you got to do some things. So those muscles are, they can't get the signals there. So you have to do all that for them. Yeah. All righty. Karma is crawling up the carbo six spines, those devils. I cried almost an entire week about this. Yeah, me too, like on and off. And every time I think that I'm getting better about it, just the thought and how I'm knowing that this kind of stuff been going on for forever and that, women have, no voice for us. We've been being unalived for forever and it's just increasing and nothing's happening. Like, people just, oh well, another one, another female, another femicide. I have a few family members who have passed that way. All love, yes. Thank you, Ty Lieber. Yes, those balance. I love those scales. I love those scales. I love those scales. Mary Bowden says, we are surrounded by so much evil in the world. We all need divine protection and intervention on every side. Thank God for Jesus. Thank you. C. Reeve says, she was such a beautiful light to so many people. I have grieved over the pain and suffering Shanquella endured. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I know. Like the first time I saw the video, I just burst into, you know, it was horrible. I just burst into tears because I saw her and felt exactly, I felt immediately what she might have felt when her body disappeared from her. The sensation of I don't even feel my body here. Here's my face up here, and I can't even hold my head up. I can't even lift my head up, and I see y'all over here. I hear you, and you're still hitting me. I'm not even doing anything. I can't even, just the thoughts of what must have been going on through her mind. Just hard to, to to know that on the person's way out to know what they had to have experienced and felt, the last sounds that they heard, and stuff like that. It says, Thai girl Libra, excellent live. Smash the like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much. All right, and they were all posted up with cameras. Yes, that's the sick part about it too. It did feel strange. All right, MMAX said allegedly they weren't only recording the attack, they were live streaming, FaceTiming it to someone. Mm-mm. Sylvia Claiborne, send some hearts and love. Thank you, Sylvia. It's a new name too. Welcome. I thank all my new subscribers. Thank y'all so much. Got some new subscribers in here showing love and sending love. All right. Thank you, Tip Carter. God bless you. Please be strong. Thank you. Yeah, we all being strong up in here. And like I said, we don't tears are good. Tears are good way to cleanse and all that stuff. So, just when you feel it, let it go. Feel it and release it and let it go. Because there's beauty in this cleansing and healing. You gotta feel it. No repression. Oh, here's a new name. Amy Casey. All right. I don't know what the box means. Y'all have to help me out with some of these things here. It's okay to be human. Thank you. Yes. Appreciate it. Tip Carter says, I'm morbid, so I will walk around and look at things. I told y'all about my little moment of being morbid when I had the corpse guy bouncing around. I had a patient. I was working in the ICU. This man was drunk. Was drunk, hit a tree. Of course, wasn't wearing the seatbelt, so he's ejected from his vehicle after he hit the tree, and the car continued to roll. So it rolled over his lower half, both his legs, his lower extremities was rolled over, pinned down by the car. So legs are crushed. Head is smashed because it hit a tree. So he had a mushy head. And the nurse, one of my coworkers, the nurse, she had him, and she come out the room with this weird face because he had the mashed head, and there was stuff from the mashed head oozing out the ear. So I had never seen the mashed head before, and I was overcome with curiosity that I had to, because she said it was soft, and so I was overcome. I couldn't hold myself. So I asked her, when you take your break, can I cover your patients? Because I've got to get in there to see this head. And of course she said, oh, sure, have at it, take it, So I couldn't wait to go off up in there. And yeah, sad thing was, it was really sad to see. And then and so I was sad that I actually saw it and felt it, because it was something I couldn't get out of my head after that. And that's what I had to pay for that. But yeah, I know how it is to feel like you just want to say, I want to see what a mashed head looks like, what what is this about? But yeah, the good thing was is that he had the smashed head, so he was brain damaged, and the legs got smashed, but his whole torso, everything was intact there. So he was a organ, he was like the organ donor's dream. They was like, ooh, they was like salivating for all that, because brain damage, that's perfect, but since he had been to prison, he was ruled out to be an organ donor. So anyway, we kept him around for about probably like 3 days. And when the brain is dead, you can't even keep the body around that long, because it's going to start to decompose, decay, and start to smell, because the brain is not sending any signals. So you have weird things like a crazy fever. The body is just starting to die and stuff like that. So we had pumped this corpse up with so much meds to keep him around, because they were trying to harvest him. And so when we finally did pull the plug, after about 3 minutes, his body started doing some weird stuff. Anyway, make a long story short, yeah, that's what happens. Okay, so it says here, my dad was murdered in 1971, a year before I was born. Oh, I had a super blurry picture and I lost it. I am searching on ancestry records for a picture. Oh. So what about your family? Nobody else in the family? Yeah, because that's a long time ago. That's I was just here as a baby during that time. So yeah, and oh, that's sad. That's so heartbreaking too. That we lose our momentum, our pictures and keepsakes like that over time, especially the older ones and stuff. Maybe a family member or something may have something. You can reach out to a family and see who has, some pictures of your dad. I hope that you can find someone who has pictures of your dad too. I wouldn't even know how that feels to, to have never known your dad too. Thank you for sharing your testimony with us. Appreciate that. And sending love your way. All right, there we go. Y'all so good. I love my beauties. Y'all right. Y'all be right on top of it. Sending that love. Yes, communication is healing. We appreciate you. Thank you, Red Lipstick Hustler, I appreciate y'all too. Thank you so much. All right, here. Yep, there we go right there, in case anybody. Great show, Queen. I'm going to bed now. God bless all of you. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to be turning in shortly after you. I'm getting down this little last list here. Oh, God got you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. She was upset just being on the plane. Hate was in there. Wow. For her. No mercy. Hi, beautiful. Just joined. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate it. All right. Welcome, welcome. Sad it was planned. Black Flower says sad it was planned. That's a new name too, Black Flower. Welcome. Thank you. Yeah. I hope it wasn't planned. Tip Carter, I'm not sure what these boxes are meaning. um, all right. Laney says, have y'all hear that 4 young college kids were killed in Idaho? No, I hadn't heard that. Yeah. So we shouting out the like I said, all victims too. I appreciate you, Laney, for making sure that we acknowledge that there are others too, and not just Shanquella too. So we want to make sure that we are, you know, giving honor to all of these victims and stuff like that too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They were a bunch of bullies. Yes. Shira says they were a bunch of bullies. Yes. Missy Natural Beauty, thank you. Thank you so much, C. Reeves. Tanya said, did some research and none of the news outlets. Tessa mentioned cited Metroplexy. Yeah. No, nobody has it. I'm searching for the family. Wow. All right. Thanks, love, for everything, for everyone. Thanks, love, for everyone. The kid says, have a feeling that this wasn't the first time she got into a fight with her so-called friends. The boxes were faces for the smashed guy story. Okay. All right. Okay, we have somebody. Tyler Net, welcome to the stream. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. Thank you. What would you like to say to us this morning, Tyler Net?
I just want to say thank you so much for giving your opinion, your feedback um, from the standpoint of a woman, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you for appreciating me. I appreciate you for saying that. Because a lot of times, like we're saying, we as victims, we get scared and we don't say anything. We hold our stories, we hold our testimonies, and the more we share and lift up our voices, we're going to empower other victims to become survivors too, and then we'll be able to defeat these abusers because now they're going to be exposed. The reason why they
Absolutely.
continue to abuse is because they're doing it in secrecy. So it's important that we all testify and say what we got to say. I appreciate you for saying that. How has this really affected you, um, knowing about this
Um,
situation?
well, I'll say that it's some conversations that I've had with my own mother,
Mm,
and she she stopped talking to me um, after well, I won't say exposed, after I expressed to her what I knew, and she
mhm,
didn't know that I knew. Now, I was also abused in the
mm.
church by church
Wow.
members, but um, it was always swept under the rug.
Yep. Yep. And I'm so sorry for you for that. And we here validate and we acknowledge that the church is guilty. you preachers and pastors out there that's guilty for tampering with these children, these innocent children, shame on you. And we going to call out your names. We are standing up. We're not accepting this anymore. Nobody should be allowed because of your position to abuse anybody and get away with it. And shame on anybody for making victims keep secrets. Shame on y'all.
Absolutely. And the other issue is that it didn't just happen at my church, but I mean, I was raised, well, my education began in private school,
Mm.
and the abuse started there. So it's like, it's just a lot, it's a lot, you know, to be abused in a Christian, private school. I
Yeah.
was also in a Catholic school. Catholic school, nothing happened there. I was just bad because I hated it there.
Mm.
Um, but when my mother transferred us to the Christian school, that's where the abuse began.
Mm.
And then, you know, being in church, Pentecostal, I
Mm.
was.
Yeah.
Pentecostal, I was. It
The
yeah,
holy rollers. Yeah. And they
honey,
keep some of
look,
the most horrible secrets there. And they
yes,
be shouting around in church and all that stuff, knowing full well you've been up here abusing these children. Shame on you.
absolutely. And um, you know, uh, I love my mom to life, but I mean, it's like some stuff that I try to tell her um, that I know
Mm-hmm.
now. Things that went on, with the females in the church. I mean, we witnessed a man come into church and smack his wife in the face while
Wow.
she was holding her baby. Yeah.
Ooh.
And she's my god sister now.
Wow.
But it's like so much that we witnessed, and we were just supposed to sit there and be
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
especially they make excuses for the men. The
Yes.
sad thing is that it be a lot of the women making the excuses for the men to allow them to continue to abuse. So we
Hmm.
have to be concerned and also watching out for these women because some of them aren't our friends. And it a lot of times it could be your mother, sisters, you know what I mean? Just because somebody birthed you and put you in here, that doesn't mean that they have your best interest at heart. There's a lot of wicked mothers out there that are narcissistic and they abuse their children mentally. They put them in positions to be molested. There's a lot of mothers
Yes.
out there that be, presenting their daughters to be molested and tampered with.
Yes. That's very true.
Yeah. Yeah. Bringing in the wrong guy into the house. If you have a daughter, you need to be extremely careful about bringing in men that aren't the father. We have to take
And
more responsibility too, because there are so many little girls who mom's boyfriend and did damage to them.
yes, and that's very concerning because I mean, like my brothers, we're 15 years apart.
Oh,
I, yeah, I'm the baby. Um, but me and my sister, who, with my mother,
yeah.
my father married her.
Hmm.
And so me and my sister, we're 15 months apart.
Wow.
But as far as my brothers, we're 15 years apart.
Hmm.
Um, but my mom was trying to she tried to shelter us, like when we would get off the bus. If my dad's son was home, she would send us to the next door neighbor's house. That
Um,
wasn't safe. Now I'm not.
right.
I'm
But
just
she
gonna.
didn't
I'm just
protect
gonna.
y'all. She, you know. allowed this to take place and made excuses for this son?
Well, her the next door neighbor, her husband was he was the driver of the church van.
Oh, got you.
I'm
Yeah,
laughing, but I mean, like, it's just so much. It's so deep. It's
yeah.
very deep.
And then it's
Yeah.
sad as a child that we're forced to keep these secrets and stuff like that.
Yes.
So then we grow up to be scared adults, but like still children on the inside because we didn't get that validation to our inner child. So yeah, you got to love your inner child and let her
Yeah.
know that she's safe to be able to say this stuff. Give her a
Yeah.
safe spot, even if that means that you have to distance yourself from your mom for a minute till you can, get strong enough to allow her back into your life. But if she's still abusing you by supporting abusers,
She's in denial.
yeah,
Um,
you got,
she's
yep,
in denial.
you
But
have to set a boundary and cut
um,
her off.
yeah. And
Hurting you.
also, what happened to me in my childhood, that was the main thing. Like, what happened to me when I was in private school,
Mm-hmm.
because she didn't want for me and my sister to be in public schooling.
Gotcha.
Um, but the abuse was in private school.
Yeah.
Um, so it's a lot. Like, I actually, one of the guys, one of the guys, one of the one of my classmates when I was in private school, um, in kindergarten, I held his wallet because at nap time
Mm-hmm.
he left his wallet out. So I said, I'm gonna hold his wallet because I don't want nobody to steal, you know, his little money. And I accidentally brought it home, and oh my God, I was bashed for that.
Mm.
Um, my mom, she was like, God saw what you did. You stole it.
Wow.
You know,
They'll
and I'm like,
definitely use the
no,
guilt to torture you with too.
yeah. But what ended up happening is that he was also my abuser. So children
Mm.
who are abused
Mm-hmm.
also become the abuser.
Yeah.
The things that he was saying to me and everything, the things that he did to me was that of someone who I mean I didn't understand until later on down the road, you know, is someone who has been abused. The
Yeah.
things that he was saying as he was abusing me.
Wow.
I didn't seek help until I was maybe 9 or 10. But either way, it was too late because, I mean, my mom was still in the Pentecostal mindset. I'll just
Yeah.
leave it at that. Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
yeah.
I
But
understand.
anyway,
Yeah, I appreciate these are steps too. How do you feel after letting this out? Each time you give your testimony, it feels better because you're releasing more and more and more. And then, this is how you just start taking this information and really turn it into yourself. And by talk, especially, you got to go way back to the beginning, and then you just start embracing your inner child and acknowledging that you had no, it's not your fault. When you have been victimized, you can't stop somebody from victimizing you, right?
right.
But we just grow from that since we survivors and we get the lesson out of that and we turn into survivors and get power from the abuse that we survived.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even with my skin, like my dad, I can remember my dad, like he would bring a mirror and
Mm,
would put that in my face in the
wow.
morning when I was eating breakfast to to tell me to look at myself in the
Wow.
morning.
Mm,
So I mean, it's a lot
yeah.
that I had to get over. Now he, of course, he doesn't remember that.
Yeah, they never do. So that's why I'm saying it's important. Sometimes you got to disconnect from family too. Like parents, if they were your abusers, you got to go no contact with them too. And you can't be like still allowing them to abuse you as an adult because we've been conditioned and programmed. So, you know, you have sometimes you have to do that, especially if they're still causing you trauma and then they, you know, play dumb and to try to gaslight you and make you feel like that didn't happen.
Right.
You know, get out of that. Take your time and love yourself. And it's okay to disconnect yourself from, you know, your parents who brought you in here. If they are your abusers and they are still abusing you.
Absolutely. So, as far as Shanquilla, um, going back to that, um, this issue, I'm really concerned. Um, I have a really small circle, you know, and it's really sad that she woke up to
Yeah.
someone or people who um, pretty much killed her.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's very unfortunate. So it's like, you know, she was having fun the night before. It looked like, you know, they were taking shots and everything. They were, you know, Winter was doing push ups. So, I mean, it's like they were having fun.
Right.
But, however, you know, I saw the video when she walked into that room. You know, somebody or um, what's her name? Dejanay said that she was going to keep it hot.
Yeah.
And she was like, you know, you can keep it hot, you know. But either way, Shanquilla still kept it light. Like she still was like laughing. She was jovial. It was fun,
Yeah.
you know. So it's very disturbing that for her to know people
Yeah.
um, for
Like,
years, you know, and go to school with them. They you know, did that to her. It's very disturbing.
yes.
Yeah.
Super chat. Well, I appreciate you for coming up, Tyler. Net, and you are more than welcome to come back
All
and
right.
thank you for coming over here and sharing your testimony and your comment. Greatly appreciated.
Blessings.
Thank you so much. All right, I got one more person I'm bringing up here. We got the hidden visibility.
Hi.
Hello. All right. Welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty Live show. How are
Thank you
you?
so much. I found you through the lead attorney. I
Okay.
absolutely adore you.
Thank you.
I
Thank
love your channel and yeah, and your enthusiasm and energy.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I feel you got
How,
it too.
however, I woke up this morning and the first thought in my head, well, the question in my head was, did has anyone done a an R test on an R kit on Shanquilla? And then I went to work and I could not get this question out of my head. And I said, the next person live that I catch, I must join and ask whether that has been done because we're following. I guess this story is all over the world. I'm all the way in Scandinavia following this every day when I
Wow.
can because of the time difference. But because when I evaluated what Nazir, I think he was on
Mm-hmm.
said on his live,
Yeah.
he arrived and then he was rubbing her head, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And also I then heard that he had art somebody back in high school, and I'm thinking, could he have violated that the corpse of that poor girl? And
Mm.
has anybody done an art kit? Because I think they would have overlooked that because I mean there's a dead girl here and other things take precedence. But
Mm.
do you know if anybody has taken an art kit on Shanquilla? I don't think Have they taken a rape kit?
Okay, I'm not sure. You said an orchid. I don't. What is that?
So I thought we weren't allowed to mention some words on YouTube.
Okay,
A rape kit. Did they do a rape kit?
Oh, okay, got you. All right, I'm still trying to learn the words that we can and can't use too.
Okay, because you talked about caressing her head and kissing her forehead. I'm like, did he violate this girl?
Yes, it sounded sad and sick too.
And the whole day at work today, this thought would not come out of my head, and I'm like, why is this the thought in my head today? I've been following this case from the beginning. Why did I wake up so perturbed with that question in my head? It's just sick if he did that. It's absolutely sick.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope you guys there in America keep your feet on these people's neck, because we must get justice for this girl. Her justice is for all the women, all over the world that have been
Yep. The ones from the past and the ones that's continuing to still happen. That's why you're absolutely right.
Oh, please, you guys keep your foot on their necks and demand that this girl gets justice.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Anyway, thank you very much. Keep up the good work. Love you.
Thank you. All right. Yay. All right. So yes, thank you so much. And Ty Lieber says, thank you for tuning in to the All Around Natural Beauty RN Live. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and share. All right. Thank y'all so much too for coming in here. This is wonderful. I've got a few more comments, and then we're going to, send our love and see y'all on another video. Auntie Mo says he was playing soft music and stroking her head when no one else was there. Yeah, that's eerie. Eerie. Yeah. All right, her last comment here. Thank you. Share your opinion on the panel. Okay, so anyway, that's all out here. So I'd like to thank everybody. This has been a wonderful live, and we're just really growing. We're just developing as we go along, and I thank y'all so much for supporting me and all that good stuff. So I will see y'all tomorrow on another video. Love you. Peace and love. Thank y'all, and